Yo, 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 yo! Welcome to another, hold on. Another episode of EmpireJeffTV. I am your host, Empire Jeff, coming to you on a Wednesday night in which the Los Angeles Dodgers, once again, your Los Angeles Dodgers, my Los Angeles Dodgers, our Los Angeles Dodgers are the 2024 World Series champions, baby! Man, oh man, they came back from 5 runs down in New York, man, in Yankee Stadium. All hope was lost. All hope was lost. And then the Dodgers said, enough of that. Enough. Go play somewhere in New York. We're busy. Get out of here. Get out of here. We don't want to hear none of that Mickey Mouse stuff no more. The only rats in the building tonight were those ones in the New York City subway. None of it. Some in the stands too. I ain't gonna front. But I'm gonna tell you, man, and the reason why this championship feels so good, man, the reason that I feel like I was on the field, the reason why this championship feels so good is because even though we were the favorites to start the season, even when we got Shohei Ohtani, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, Tyler Glasnow, we'd already got Mookie Betts, we'd already got Freddie Freeman, we added Teoscar Hernandez, all this, and we lose our whole damn rotation, man. Flaherty wet the bed tonight. Wet the bed like a child, like an infant. And they come back against Garrett freaking Cole. I can't believe this, man. I had him in 5. I had him winning game 3, losing game 4, and winning game 5. I had that. I spoke on it on this show. I said that. Hold on, these damn headphones. I got my glasses. See walking on my face. I done said a lot of things on this show this year, right? I kept pushing and believing in this team. I kept feeling we were going to win this championship. I had a dark moment in that Padres series. That series changed me. I told you guys this. And as soon as they clicked in game 4, they just have not looked back, man. And I'm just kept telling everyone, and yo, all y'all that was stupid enough to take that bet against me when the Yankees went down 0-3 and you thought they were going to come back, I expect my payment expeditiously. I'm going to be like 50 Cent and put you on blast. Pay up, homies. Pay up. Pay up. But man, this team way back in December of last year, I was on here telling you guys before they were about to sign these guys, when they signed these guys. Oh my God, man, the Los Angeles Dodgers are the World Series champions, and it just feels so freaking good to say that and hear it out loud. And I hear fireworks going off all over my neighborhood, gunshots going all over my neighborhood. Some baby is going to be made in the city tonight. It's going to be wild, man. I'm sorry I'm being obnoxious with the air horn right now. I'm sorry, man. I was outside. I grabbed this bottle. Like, man, I think I was supposed to share this bottle. I just took off inside. I was running around. It's wild. I'm going to be back out there in a bit. I ain't going to spend, this ain't going to be a super long show. I just wanted to pull up with you guys, the people who've been with me all season. There's a lot of people streaming right now. Everyone's out celebrating. People got work tomorrow. There's a lot of things going on right now. So anyone who's in the building right now with me, I greatly appreciate you from the bottom of my heart, man. This season was special. It was incredible. We're going to be better next year. This is craziness, y'all. This is absolute craziness. But let's take it back. Let's take it back. Hold on. Take it. Let's take it back. Jack Flaherty, bruh, you just bad, right? Bad. Cannot put him in a closeout game. Just can't, right? We learned that lesson right quick. These Dodgers, man, shout out to everyone else. I understand Brazier gave up a run, and I understand that Gratterall gave up a run. But my God, man, I swear for God, man, Blake Trinan better never pay for a drink in this city again. Never should pay for a drink in this city again. What that man did, but I really want to touch on this because I've been touching on it on playoffs. And I've been a backer of Dave Roberts for years. I've been a believer in him of years as a leader of men. He's made mistakes. He is human. When he told that story, when he went out there and he asked Blake Trinan, what do you have left? And he said, I want him. I want to pitch to him. And me and Joe talked about this. Joe, you in here? If you are, I'm going to get, we talked about this. He went out there when he talked to Buehler and left him. He did it again. And John Smoltz said, let's see, he might not be walking out there to pull him. He may be walking out there to talk to him. And he talked to him and he told that story after what happened and said that, he said that he wanted to go after him. He wanted to get him. And he went out there and he got him. He got it done, man. And the trust that Dave Roberts has in guys has burned him in the past. It has burned him. It has had people turn on him. It has had people, call him out his name. It has done a bunch of things. And I've never coached anywhere near to the level that Dave Roberts has. I've coached high AAU level. I had college Division I level talent, guys that played overseas, guys that made the league, right? I've never been to that level of coaching that he has. I want to be clear on that. But I have coached professional athletes, and those who went on to be professional athletes. And I'm telling you, man, there is something about believing in someone when they fail and they come back and they pay it back tenfold for you. And I know it's hard and it's frustrating when you're going through it and people are blaming you. And you got, in my case, you have parents upset with me because I played someone else over their kid and that person made a mistake and it cost us a game. And they're like, my kid could have done this, my kid could have done that. But you stick with it when you believe in someone. And Dave put his neck out there on the line time and time again. He wore it for this franchise time and time again when guys couldn't hit, when guys couldn't pitch, when they didn't field the proper roster. All these things, he took all those bullets, but he had the vest on. He had the vest on, man. And I swear for God tonight, man, Dave Roberts is the best manager in the league right now, y'all. He is. I don't care what no one says. He's the best manager in the league right now. And he had a great year last year. Be dealing with everything he did. A great year this year. We got here with 2.5 pitchers, y'all. And our half pitcher pitched a gem in the World Series, a gem in the NLCS, and closed the game in the World Series. Incredible. Freaking incredible, man. And it's just, there's so many things, man. There's so many things, from the Yankees falling apart from a defensive standpoint because they felt the pressure, from Weaver coming in and getting wearing down. They've seen him too much. He's never been in that situation. He falls apart. Mookie noticing that Cole isn't covering first and busting down the line to get safe, to open it up for Freddie to do what he did. There's just so many things that happened tonight that chipped away at winning a championship, and so many things. Ohtani out there playing with a destroyed shoulder, man, just out there, just giving it all his all, even though he didn't get a hit. But that at bat, I believe this 100%. And I'm gonna get Joe on here. We're gonna talk about this. I believe this 100%. That at bat that Cole had against Ohtani, that at bat took everything out of him that inning. I don't care what no one says. The pitches he made in that at bat were incredible. A fact that a man gives up 5 unearned runs, comes back for basically 2 more innings, and still does. Shout out Garrett Cole, man. Shout out Garrett Cole. They don't make them like that no more, y'all. They don't make them like that no more. This is the last of a dying breed, man. This is shout out Garrett Cole, man. I salute you, brother, man. That was gutsy. That was incredible. I'm glad we got to him. But at the end of the day, you got to respect the man going out there and handling his business like that. Had every reason to fall apart. And I know Yankee fans are going to kill Boone for leaving him in. But man, what an incredible. Those are 5 unearned runs, by the way. Unearned. That wasn't his fault. But them getting to Weaver, and like I said, Freddie Freeman winning this MVP after everything he's gone through, man. You couldn't ask for a better story to be written. He deserves it. Freddie Freeman. I don't know if there's a person in the world that hates on or hates Freddie Freeman, man. That man is a living legend. He's a two-time World Series champion now, former MVP. Mookie freaking Betts, 3-time. Say it with me, y'all. 3-time World Series champion. And Shohei Ohtani, man, the first time he put that patch on, he got the chip. Excuse me. First time he put that Dodger jersey on, he got a chip. I told you I'm about to be obnoxious with this air horn tonight, man. But it all comes back to belief. Walker Buehler was given up on. Dave Roberts was given up on. Freddie Freeman had a really rough year, really rough start to these playoffs. Mookie Betts had a rough start to these playoffs. A lot of people turned on these guys. A lot of people did. I didn't. A lot of people did. And I was kind of joking around earlier about how LA was giving up on the Lakers and the Dodgers at the same night. I'm like, this is just a typical LA sports tantrum. If you know, you know. If you know, you know, right? If you know, you know. And I understand we're passionate. I understand we live in the moment. We get excited. We get frustrated. We get angry. And I know that I was frontlining this, y'all. Ask anyone on Twitter. Ask all the battles I was having on Twitter. Ask all the bets I took. All the trash I was talking. I was just handing out my Cash App like like Christmas cards, like Halloween candy tomorrow night. Handing it out for anyone who wanted that bet that the Yankees were going to come down from 3-0. Wasn't going to happen, son. Wasn't going to happen. And I was telling anyone that would listen that wasn't going to happen. And I was like, the Cash App works. What you want to do? I'll take that bet. I'll take all bets. Open for business, baby. All bets. Joe, I'm sending you that link right now, brother. All bets. No Mookie. Appreciate y'all for tuning in on Empire Jeff. This is the Empire Jeff Dodgers post-game championship show. Like I said, a lot of people streaming, a lot of people out in these streets right now. I'm still hearing them out there. Taco Vendor's about to make a lot of money in my city tonight, man. But let me get through some of these chats before my brother Joe gets up here, man. But shout out to y'all for tuning in. Y'all could be anywhere in the world, but you here with me. Once again, as always, I appreciate that. Aaron, what's up, my man? What's going on, man? This is incredible times right now. Dude, last offseason was epic, man. It sure was, man. But imagine this offseason. Yeah, man. Craig, what's good, my guy? Search and destroy, baby. We got it, Search. Oh, my God. Chris, the graphic god. F social media tonight. Dodgers are the champions. Y'all saw me rocking heavy, man. Y'all saw me challenging every single buddy on there tonight who wanted it. Y'all saw me, man. I was with it. I was with it tonight, man. Like I told y'all. Look, I didn't necessarily 100% know we were going to win this game. I'm not going to hold you guys on that. 5-0 on the road against Cole. I'm not going to fake the funk on that. But I told you there is no way in hell the Dodgers were about to lose 4 games straight to the weakest team they've played in the playoffs this postseason, man. Wasn't gonna happen, y'all. It wasn't gonna happened? Okay, Joe, I see you in here. Yeah, yeah. Okay, gotcha. Let me burn through these chats real quick, and I'm gonna bring Joe up here. When Dave bumped Trinan on the chest and Blake got Staten out on that page, bro, that's movie stuff, brother. That's movie stuff, man. What a moment that was, man. And it absolutely was. Speaking of was, or what was it, man? Look. Before things get too crazy. Whoa, let me not do that. Hold on. 1 second. I gotta post the search may have already done it. But look, if you guys are gonna order any championship gear, make sure to use our link. Very, very important. Okay. Very, very important. So let me go ahead and put this. Let me pin this to the chat. Search, my man. If you ain't here, you're gonna be in. I don't know if you're covering other shows right now, but if you got time, man, give this link some work tonight, man. Give this link some work. Make sure to use our link at Fanatics, man. Dodger Championship gear up there. Get it from our link, man. You get special discounts. Your order experience does not change, but you hook up the channel by ordering through us. So we greatly appreciate it. DJ, what's going on, DJ from Lakers in 5? Appreciate you, brother. Make sure to subscribe to Lakers in 5. Great Lakers content over there. DJ, if you're working tonight, drive safe, my brother, man. Almost, Joe. Almost. Let me see here. Let me go and bring Joe up on stage real quick while I read. Well, we'll get to some. I'll get back to some of these in a minute here. Joseph Soro, ladies and gentlemen. Joe, I know you got something. Come on, you ain't pulling up empty.
I'm gonna probably. I brought a glass, a champagne glass.
Nah. This is the glass, brother. This is the glass.
I'm gonna drink it with you here. So
yeah, this is the glass, man. Here. I got glasses in my hand, glasses on my face.
There we go. You can still see that.
Yeah, the buffalo on the top, man.
Oh,
salute,
yeah.
brother.
Salute.
Oh my God, Joe. No, we were talking throughout the game, right? As we do through every game. Let me ask you. And guys, I'm not going to read your comments, but I'm going to throw them up on the screen while Joe is answering. What's up, baby? We good? What's up, Lucky? So I'm gonna ask you, at what point in the game were you like, aha, like, I think we might do this?
Teoscar hitting the wall. The spark was, when you look at it from now, and this is a lesson for anyone. If I'm Roberts, I teach a clinic about this one play, and the play is the drop by Judge. Now, it's not about Judge dropping that ball. Where did Edmond end up when he dropped that ball? At second. Edmond ran that sucker out. He did not stop. That video needs to be played everywhere for everyone. Run. Otherwise, you turn into Aaron Judge or you turn into Garrett Cole. Now, Garrett Cole, I'm going to give him a break. He was exhausted, absolutely exhausted. And it's just, guys, this is the thing about sports, man, is you can try your hardest. I mean, squeeze every ounce of that liquid out of that rag, and it's still not enough. Charles Barkley talked about it in '93 when he lost to Jordan. He goes, I played my rear end off, and Michael Jordan still beat me. At that point, it's just you can't deny it. In this case, this was not a isolated situation. This has been a problem for the Yankees all year. Now, they were able to get away with it all year because they've been able to take the balls out of the park, and their competition is it's just not the same. But it was extensive, though. I'm not going to lie. This was unexpected.
This was next level stuff.
Yeah, this was next level stuff. This was bad. And it also could factor in that, their focus, they're too excited sometimes. They get kind of cocky, right? And the reality too is, and I know it doesn't matter now, but the reality is, guys, even if the Yankees had won this game, the Dodgers were going to close this.
They were going to win anyways. That's why I was taking all bets.
So enough, everybody. And I'm looking at all the comments already. This is the worst loss in the history. I'm like, you guys blew a 3-0 lead in 2004 with the lead in the fourth game with Mariano Rivera closing. I go, you will never have a worse result in your entire existence unless you blow another 3-0 lead and you're up 10 in the ninth, something like that, right? No. This hurts, and I get it. And I want to thank New York for doing this because it was the most exciting 5-game series I've ever watched. I was dead today, Jeff.
We got two of those. We got two of those.
Yes,
this postseason. Sorry.
Yes, I was dead, dude.
I know.
I celebrated, and then my wife and my kid came back from because my kid dances for the football team, the JV football team. They came right as Butane
took them out or won. Oh yeah.
Are you not entertained?
Yeah.
Are you not entertained?
Yeah,
I mean, that couldn't have been a better pose at that moment. And of course it was. I thought it was fitting that he struck out that
Verdugo. I kept saying it. I
Yeah.
wanted him to be the last out.
Calling our World Series a dud. Well, motherfucker, here you go. You can eat
not just that. When Soto hit that home run in LA, he was turning around screaming "F you" to the Dodger fans. A lot of people didn't catch that. If you watch the replay of Soto's home run, he was screaming "F you" to the fans.
Nah. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Hey, Verdugo. Fuck you.
Yeah.
By the way, you're going to be playing for, I don't know, maybe Miami.
He's gone. He's got to grow a beard back. He's going to be able to grow his beard back because he's not going to be there no more. But
good for him.
But I'm going to tell you, man, I want to talk about intelligence for a minute because I don't know if enough people are talking about this play. Intelligence on two sides. And Cole was gassed. I understand that. But Cole not covering first, Joe. And that's Manny Ramirez at the plate. He doesn't run that out. He's out. Mookie Betts spotting. It wasn't a hit. It was an out until it wasn't. Mookie recognizing that Cole didn't cover and booking it down the line. He did not mail in that at bat. He saw a window. He took it, led to Freddie Freeman getting that at bat. And oh my God, man. And he has come through time and time and time again. Gavin Lux striking out with the bases loaded, trying to get it in the air. Said, this is not going on the ground. I'm either going to strike out or get. I know a lot of people don't understand that is a productive strikeout. A lot of people don't get it when I say that. The sacrifice fly that there were two. Oh, damn it! Who hit the first sacrifice fly? Mookie, he did the second one. Who did the first one?
To tie the game?
To tie the game was damn it. Why who was
it was
it Edmund? I've got so much going on right now.
Hold on.
But I know Mookie did. Mookie did one. Mookie got it. Lux.
Yeah, Lux got it, and then Mookie got the winning run.
Yes. So what I'm saying is Lux had two productive outs. That's what I was getting to. Sorry, there's a lot of bubbles and a lot of other like in my mind right now. So Lux gets a productive strikeout, as crazy as that sounds, because he did not put any runner in danger. Made sure, even though Ohtani didn't do anything. I'm telling you, Joe, and I want you to talk about this because I 100% believe this in my baseball core, that battle with Ohtani is why he didn't cover first. He was so a wreck after that at bat. He struck him out. Incredible face-off there. And Cole got the best of him. But I swear, Joe, that took something out of him because after that, he unraveled, right? A little bit. He put himself back together. His team let him down. You had Volpe making that horrible throw to third. He had a little bit more time than he thought. Horrible throw. You had Aaron Judge. I saw it when he caught that ball at the wall. He caught it wrong, too. He caught that ball wrong. It stayed in his glove, but he almost had two errors there in center field. The one that Freddie hit, that he ran into the wall, and he caught it at the bottom of his glove. He almost dropped that one. It happened. He got lucky that it stuck there because that was not where you catch a baseball. So Lux with a productive strikeout, a sacrifice fly, Mookie Betts with a sacrifice fly. Those three plays, Joe, the fact that the Dodgers, who were getting their ass kicked by home runs, manufactured runs tonight, and an old-fashioned sacrifice fly gets the win. And just absolutely incredible. But I want you to talk about, I want you to explain to the people that matchup, Cole, Ohtani, because if Ohtani was hurt and unable to perform, I want the people to understand the terror he puts a pitcher through facing him in an at-bat. and what that does to other people. I want you to touch on that.
We had talked about this before the World Series. There's an anxiety, and this is where Roberts really outdid himself. Forget about the pitching stuff. Obviously, that's going to be something we're going to talk about here too. But him moving Edman from 9 to 4, back to 9, like 7, whatever. It is such a anxiety-ridden process that, yeah, Ohtani didn't play well in the World Series. You can say that his shoulder was a problem. I think his shoulder was a problem in Game 4. Game 3, but they still won. Game 4, that game was a bullpen game. It is what it is. They went off on our AAA team, and that was it.
Yeah.
This game, of course, Jack threw like a single A pitcher.
God.
But and then tonight he was pressing. He wanted to make something happen.
Yeah.
And it is what it is. Baseball is not like basketball. And even Kobe Bryant couldn't make shots in Game 7 of the 2010 finals.
So
but guess what? Guess what? And the funny thing about that is he still had the game high in points, and he had 15 rebounds. So Ohtani, he is extremely stressful to every pitcher that starts to creep up on the 8-9 batter. And then when you have someone like Edman at the 9, you're like, it took a toll. There's no other reason why. Cole would stop there other than there had to have been some mental block.
Yeah.
Because of the thoughts, the thinking, the fatigue of thinking. Maybe physically he wasn't tired, but that was a mental error, a massive mental error. And everybody's yelling at Rizzo. Rizzo played the damn ball, folks.
Rizzo made the right play.
Yeah. I know all fan bases are stupid, but look, I've been on Roberts hard, really hard. But I also do pay attention when shit happens and it doesn't work out. I'm like, oh, like it was. You can tell why it happened. Garrett Cole, to go with what you're saying, was so exhausted mentally. His brain stopped for a second. He couldn't, he was so tired mentally. He just kind of like, all right, Rizzo, just get this done. Oh shit.
Yeah.
And it didn't happen. Rick Fox had said it years, like fatigue makes cowards of all men. And that's really what happened here. And as far as Aaron Judge, Jesus, Aaron, I don't know what the hell's going on with you, dude, but you got to go talk to it. You can go talk to Ron Artest shrink or something.
Sports psychologist, yeah.
You cannot drop that ball. You cannot drop that ball. And the problem with this now for him is this is never going to go away. No. I mean, it's one thing losing to the Astros in the ALCS because they're cheating or they're just better than you and sucking during the playoffs, but this one might sting forever. He might be the Mitch Williams of this thing, and when it's all said and done.
First 3 games basically non-existent. He had a decent game at the plate tonight, but then just fell apart defensively. You're right. This is something he's going to look back. I'm not sure Soto leaves, but if he does,
I want this to be a Warriors Cleveland thing.
Yeah, me too.
They gotta keep Soto.
Me too.
Keep him.
Me too.
And let's see this again next year. This time,
yeah.
I want our 5 guys.
Yeah. Yeah. Give us a rotation. You'll really get swept.
Absolutely.
If we had 4 starters, we sweep them.
Oh, no doubt. Glasnow to start game 1? Shit.
Yep. If we had Glasnow in there today instead of look, Jack is just not built for closeout games. He's just not. And last time he was sick, you had this one. You had the San Diego game. He had 2 great starts in this postseason, and we don't get to this point without him. We do not yet. We do not get to this point without him. And Jeremy Bird, I want to thank you for your super chat. No more Mickey Mouse. No more curse. Absolutely. What Dave said. What are they going to say now? What are they going to say now?
Dick, man. I don't give a shit what anybody. Eat a dick.
Yeah, like what are they going to say now?
Why did your team should have won then if that was such a cheap? They went through the same gamut, man. I know.
But the only reason people said that is because their team didn't win it, right? That's all it was. Any other team won that. Dodgers, Lakers, you know what it is. But anyways, we're moving past that because this takes that away. They have nothing to say now. They can't say we bought a championship because we're what you said, the 5th highest payroll. Half of our entire rotation was hurt. Our star blew his shoulder out, right? Like the MVP of the World Series was playing on a sprained ankle. He was basically non-existent for the first 2 rounds. We lost Muncy this round just at the plate completely, right? We had a lot of things go wrong with this team. We had Teo non-existent in the 2nd round. Like you said, it's weird. These guys just trade position at who's going to be the hero in what round. And Joseph, that's what depth gets you. That's what depth brings you. The reason why the Dodgers were going out in the 1st round all those years is because they had 1 or 2 guys. And pitchers know just get those guys out and you're fine. Now, Shohei, Mookie, Freddie, Teo, Edman all over the place. Kike, a playoff legend. Muncy broke the record for a consecutive place appearance with getting on, right? Like in the last round. He didn't have it this round, but he had it last round. Teo didn't have it last round. He had it this round.
Hold on. Muncy at 3rd, though.
Yes, defensively. He's improved. Yes.
He was lights out for 5 games. So, folks, listen to what we're saying, okay? They all trade capes. Okay, Teo, if there was an MVP in NLDS, would have been the MVP.
Yep.
Edman, NLCS. Yep. Freeman, World Series. Yep. Everybody has their thing. The difference between now, though, and before is you had leadership that looked into Blake Triton's eyes and said, brother, you got it? And he said, yes. And then what happens? What happened before the game? Butane comes out. Walker goes, coach or Skip, I'm ready if you need me tonight.
He texted him, yeah.
Nah, I don't need you tonight. It started coming. Coach, Skip. And then what did Roberts do? Did he look at this? Was he looking at this? Fuck no, he looked at that. He said, you know what?
You've earned it.
I'm going to get my boy.
You've earned it. You've earned it.
And here you are. Are you not in the tank? I mean, come on, man. Walker, entertainment is great at the right moment, too. I mean, the fact that he just went like this.
Yeah.
It was like Robert Horry when he went.
Yeah.
When he hit the 3, right?
Yeah.
I mean, this was central casting. This was Hollywood ending. This was everything you want and how you wanted to end. A 7-6 win, down 5-0 in Yankee Stadium. Jeff.
Yeah.
This is forever.
Yes.
It's forever. This will never go away. We're done. Like, we got this forever that can never go away in Yankee Stadium against the 27-time world champs. And this is the result. Man, I can go off into the sunset now if I really wanted to in the sports enjoyment world. Yep. But actually, I'm pretty greedy. I want more.
I want more, Joe. But this one.
This was special.
This one, I don't know if it's because it's my first year covering the team, right? Which kind of led me to kind of falling apart in that Padres series. I was totally unlike myself. I keep telling the people that series changed me. Like you heard, I was texting you during that series. I was like,
I never heard you like that too. By the way, you're right.
Yeah. No, my parents, like my parents who that's why I was here watching. I get to watch this. My dad, my entire life has been a truck driver on the road. Entire life missing from my life in the present because he was providing for his family. Different. Not he wasn't an absentee dad. He was a working father, and his profession kept him on the road, right? Most of the men in my family were on the road, right? So I grew up predominantly without him in my life. So like, as far as present, he provided, put clothes on my back, food on the table, handled his business as a man, as a father, but his job took him on the road, right? So to be able to 2020, he was on the road. I had to call him, and he's on the freeway blasting his truck horn, just blasting, like bang, 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 like doing that. And fun fact, one of the main reasons I do my air horn is a salute to my father for the truck horn. That's a fun fact. Never actually admitted or said that, but that's why I do it. Secondly, is tonight I got to watch it with him.
Congrats on that.
That's a beautiful
I didn't get to see
moment. I didn't get to see 88 with them. I didn't get to see 2020 with him. I got to see the Atlanta game when we won in 2020 because he was home that weekend. But I didn't get to see 2020 with him, but I got to see him with him tonight.
Salute to Pops and
yeah,
Jeff.
man.
Jeff Senior, Jeff Jr. Salute to that.
I call him Dodger Dad, and my mom and my wife and others as well. Everyone here was very important, but I've never got to see a championship with my father, and that was special.
That's forever too, Jeff, and that's why sports is great. All those who say, "Why do you care so much about these overpaid clowns and this and this and that?" Let me tell you something, folks. You think anybody on that field, I'm talking about the Yankees too, and you saw Brett Boone at the press conference today, almost broke down.
Yeah.
You all think they're all millionaires, folks. Every single one of those guys, all 25 on each side are millionaires. You think one side or the other in despair or in enjoyment. You think they give two shits about the money right now? No. See, and that's the point, guys. That's the point. Enjoy these moments, because money can't get you everything. Believe me, I've had no money and I've had money. Okay, money, yes, it makes you comfortable. Yes, it helps. But man, not everything has to revolve around that. Focus on the enjoyment in your life. Focus on the things that are just maybe not in your control, but man, you invest your time and your balance, because all you're doing all day is working and trying to be a good dad and a good husband or a good son or whatever. And then you get these moments where we can sit and watch a 3-hour game and have pride in who we're cheering for. And then this is what they give you. This is what it's about. This is what all those losses were about. This is the payoff. The payoff is the third time I've seen the Dodgers win a World Series. And I'm happy. I'm relieved for the guys. I'm relieved. Look at Shohei Ohtani's year. 50-50, MVP, first year in the playoffs. And how about his decision making?
Yeah.
Did he call it right or did he call it right?
Yeah. The deferring, man. The deferring. And just the ultimate good guy. Him and Freddie, Mookie, they got good guys. And you know,
Freddie,
there was a point.
Freddie's kid almost died, man. He almost died. So,
I had an uncle that had that condition.
Salute.
And shout out to the Freeman family, man.
Man, I'm happy for everybody, especially you, Jeff. You called it. You called it 100%. 5. You said we were going to lose in the fourth game. And you said 5. So salute to you on that.
I got lucky there. But
better be lucky than good. It's better.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. It just made sense to me. I had him in 5. It's funny. My only pick in that I was worried about was the 2 wins at home. I was convinced they could get 2 in New York. I was convinced. When they got 2 in LA, I was thinking they could sweep, but we don't have. And here's the thing: if we went full-fledged bullpen, okay, hold on, let me get back to this real quick. Okay, I'm sorry, my brain is everywhere. Had we gone full-fledged bullpen, I think we do sweep them. But let me get back to that. This is why it was important. Me and my dad, and I talked about this on the show last night. We're going back and forth last night because he's one of those guys. That gets he gets very upset very quick. He's very passionate about this, right? And he is one of those guys that something goes wrong, he gets very upset with Roberts, right? But my dad is funny with it. Like he says it, and then he'd be like, when it goes right, he's my favorite manager in the world. Like he just talking shit, messing around, right? So I told him like last night, essentially what Muncy told Honeywell, and I was just like, this shitty ass loss just won us Game 5. And I was looking real bad when we were down 5-0, right? I had people in my inbox. I had a bunch of people telling me, oh, yeah, they gave it away. It's just why you'll give it away. I'm like, look, we may not win this game. We are not losing this series. We are not. And yesterday won today. Just like Game 5 won Game 6 the last round. Just like Game 4 won Game 5 the last round. Look, at the end of the day, I don't know exactly when this thing clicked. I don't know when Dave went from disaster class to master class. I don't know when that happened. I don't know when that baby was born. But it got perfected this postseason. And I am not going to sit up here and act like Dave didn't deserve criticism. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to sit up here and act like I've never criticized him. I'm not going to do that. But I am going to sit up here and say that I felt this year felt different. And the reason why I was front lines with him was because I saw it. Everyone gave him so much hell for hugging a pitcher. And I understand that's not normal. I understand that. How many times do you think he's done that to Walker? How many times do you think he could have gave up on him? They could have DFA'd his ass, man. Like, he was that bad, Joe. No, we're going to send him down. We're going to keep him here. We're going to send him down. And I remember, bro, that Orioles game. I'm like, this might be his last game as a Dodger. This might be his last start. I remember saying that. I said it leading up to the game. I said it right before the game, during the game. In that game, he was okay. But that Atlanta game, Joe, when they talked about that team meeting, and after Glasnow went down, they lost the first two. There were 2 points in this season. I was like, damn, man.
They lost bad, too.
Yeah. There was 2 points in this season where I felt at my lowest. It wasn't quite San Diego as in Atlanta. When they lost those first two in Atlanta, I remember, damn, man, do they have it? Do they have enough at this point? And when I saw Walker in that game, I was like, oh, okay. Okay. All right. If we get this back, we got a chance. And I was riding pretty high. And that San Diego one, man, it took my joy. It took that series, man. I've never, I've been hurt, upset about a team. I felt like I don't know what it was. I can't even explain it. Like you said, you talked to me. I sounded that. You know me. I'm a very pretty steady guy, right? I'm pretty steady in whatever it is I am. I'm pretty steady at it. That series changed me, right? But by game 4, I was back. But I just remember being I've never been that nervous for a sporting event. And like tonight, you were telling me that when we were texting, I was like, I love this type of game. I hate blowouts. Give me this game 10 out of 10 for me. I love this. I loved coaching in these games. I love watching these games because this is history. No one's going to care if we won by 15 tonight, but what happened tonight, this is forever. This will be replayed on classic games over and over and over for our lives and beyond. So we had 2 5-game series. This was a 7-game series, but 2 5-game series. This game, I saw someone in the chat say this was the best. This is the most classic Dodger game of 2013 to now. That this was the most classic game of this run. Probably the Guggenheim run, right? I think that's almost within that time, a little maybe before. But this was the game we should have won in Houston. We got it back tonight, man. We got it back tonight because the Dodgers of Ojo lose this game 10 out of 10. The Dodgers of old lose that Padres series. This ain't those Dodgers no more, Joe. This ain't those Dodgers no more.
No,
it's our Dodgers now.
No, it is, and the Houston thing in 17 would have been the first year likely that the Yankees played the Dodgers. And we lost something there, and it took us 7 years to get here, both the Yankees and the Dodgers. And this would have been the normal thing in 17. And for the dickwads that were laughing at Kershaw for celebrating and things like that, motherfuckers, you guys, that guy's career got dampened because of those cheating pieces of shit. Otherwise, he would have won World Series MVP.
His whole narrative was different. Yep.
I mean, he was a freaking machine. He was Bumgarner in that whole run. And this was probably comparable to the game I told you about, the 2009 Game 3 against Denver, the Lakers.
Ariza?
It was the
he did it in back-to-back games.
Yes, he did. But no, he didn't. He did game. No. The Nuggets won game 2. He
Yeah.
did that in game 3, and then I think he did the other one in game 1.
Okay. I thought.
So
Why am I thinking he did both in Denver?
No, because the Lakers won game 1, they lost game 2. Ariza, did the steal in 1, and then in game 3 he did the steal to finish the
God,
game.
was...
But that game, seriously, I'm not joking. It was almost identical to tonight.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I saw, after what Tampa did in game 6 in 2020 with that walk-off and what I didn't know if that was going to mean that they were going to lose. Like these 2 games stuck. I got excited after Bueller got strike 3 on Chode face, but my God, my heart did not stop beating. And as I slowed down, as things settled, the relief came. My hands were shaking. This happens. It's just my body just kind of
gets so worked up. Yeah,
I got so worked up. It took me about 30 minutes for my body to stop shaking. So I yelled more for the Freeman Grand Slam because it was
one.
Right?
Yeah.
But this game was a relief because at the same time, I'm like, they should have lost this game. But then they got back and they're up 1. I'm like, now you can't lose.
Now you can't lose. Yeah.
And they did it. And Roberts, my God, we've been asking for him to do this for years, and he did it, man. And look, see, we know what we're talking about too. There's a difference between having to pitch people and when you don't have to. And at this point, he went out there and said, "Screw it. Can you do this?" Like, I'm so proud of him. I'm so proud of Dave Roberts and this switch, because what it's going to likely mean is now there's going to be a run coming. They won this thing. They were the best team this year. But the problem with baseball is there's two games in a game. You have pitching and you have hitting. And if one of those things doesn't work, usually you're kind of in trouble. And they had no aces in this run. They became aces, but there were no aces going into this. I have never seen a team win a World Series with not one legit ace of some kind. There might have been some in the past, but I have never seen it. And I don't know what else to say, man. I mean,
I think Yamamoto's a future ace. I think that Bueller was on the path to being one when he got hurt. Flaherty was never an ace, never going to be an ace. I felt that this whole
I'm going to say this last thing, Jeff, and this is the kind of like the button on this. I want to thank Jack for losing Game 5 with the Mets, because that gave Freddie a week to rest.
Yes.
If they win that game, they're playing Tuesday.
Yeah. Okay. Jack served his purpose.
Folks,
I didn't think about that.
Folks, we know baseball. We pay attention to the details.
I didn't put that together. I knew the break, but I didn't carry credit to the Jack.
Hey, folks, I've had to say this to a lot of my little runt cousins who I love to death. Okay, the ones that think they're all Big Stick McGee because they're in their 30s or in their late 20s and they think they know it all. I'm like, motherfuckers, I will dust you all over the place. I go, you don't pay attention. You're too busy vaping and talking shit to people who can't talk shit back. I'm the motherfucking man in this game. I know exactly what's going on. I pay attention to everything, and I remember everything, and I can articulate it, and I can talk about it, and I'm going to run you down. You ain't got the energy to stop. You don't.
It's a train on the move. It's a train on the movement, man.
World champions. Anybody want to argue against it? Come see me, and I'll show you the way. So.
Aaron, salute to your grandpa, man. I pointed up to my grandpa as soon as that happened as well. Like I said, I got to have my dad here with me today. Like I said, definitely pointed to the skies to my grandpa tonight. The last championship or close, I watched the last of this level. I watched Game 7 Houston with my dad. You know what I mean? That's the last World Series game, closeout game I watched with my dad. So the fact that we went through that hell We went for like a 2-hour drive after that loss, man. Like me and my dad just like went out, hit a couple bars, and did like right. And then like tonight, having here, he had a bottle like where like he drank all his beer. I went and grabbed like champagne bottles somewhere, came back, and like they're literally like champagne bottles on the block, right? Right. But yeah, it was obviously, I mean, I knew the correlation. I kept saying, like, you know, remember I even said maybe if they sit him for a game or two, a game 1 or 2. Thank God that wasn't the plan, right? Because that grand slam, but I knew that timing off. I didn't correlate the Flaherty loss, but yeah, we knew the timeline. But it was I was sitting there and like when they scored 3 runs, when it was 5-3, and I remember saying, Pop, there's no one left. They're gonna have to. I'm thinking like, do they use Yamamoto? That's what I was thinking at first. I was like, they're gonna go Yamamoto, and then my dad's like, they better go to a starter. They better go to a starter. Dave better go to a starter. And then my mom, out of nowhere, no, they're gonna go Buehler. I was like, what? Ma, the guy with 2 Tommy Johns and just pitched 2 days ago. They're going with him. 30 seconds later, Buehler's warming up. What kind of witchcraft is this, man? I'm like, yeah, and I'm like, and I'm just like, I'm, you know, sometimes I got to shout out my mom too, because sometimes like all that absence of my dad being around that I talk about when he is around, sometimes I got to shout out my mother, man, because she's the one that was always around, right? She was the one that was always here dealing with all my shit, right? So love you, Mom. Love you, Dad. They watch our shows on their TV at night. Like they put it on the screen. They're not in the chat. They don't do any of that, but they watch. I love you guys. Dad, you're drunk. I know you're drunk.
Sorry for the cursing, yeah. Mr. and Mrs. Jeff.
But it's to be able to watch this with my family, and I didn't go to my friend's house this last 2 nights. Like they were here. Everyone went out. There's an intersection that makes the news every time things get crazy with celebrations. You'll see it on the news tonight. It's Van Nuys and Laurel Canyon in Pacoima, which is lit to death right now. And all my people, my boys, all went over there. I stayed with my family and my wife. I was like, nah, I need to enjoy this with them. And I just remember like those moments, man, when you win these championships. It's the team wins the championship, but who you're with during or when we're doing these shows after, and the people we go, this is what makes it special. It's what makes it special. It's what brings the city together. And the thing about the Dodgers is, and shout out to Dime Dropper because he talks about this all the time, it's that universal LA team. There are Laker fans, there are Clipper fans, there are Rams fans, there are Steelers fans, there are 49er fans, there are all these fans of different sports, but by far, the majority of anyone within a 200-mile radius, they are Dodger fans. They are Dodger fans. You'll have a lot different split in NFL, NBA, and all that. But baseball, the Dodgers brings this city together. And celebrating that. Lucky, every time I get excited, Lucky's a howless beagle. He does not howl, but he howls for baseball. Like it's crazy. But anyways, it's just there's something about. And sorry, Joe. I know your situation too. So I don't want to. I'm gonna move past this, but it's it is something I never really got to have, and so that's why I made it special tonight. And then that's why I text you.
Jeff, here's the thing, man. I was fortunate. I was fortunate to be with my dad for the Kirk Gibson home run. I remember it. I remember it vividly. I've had a lot of experiences with Pops. 2 Super Bowl wins.
There you go. Okay.
5 NBA championships. It's been a hell of a. I would have liked my dad around at least 10 more years, but I didn't get it. But I got good years there. My mom unfortunately passed away early, but something happened in my life with them not being here, and it turned me into an animal. It turned me into someone that just can't be affected by things because of. Yeah. I love my mom and dad. I mean, love them.
What are you crawling? Lucky and my wife are crawling.
Yeah.
Are you crawling like the dog? You could be on camera. It's okay. You're in Dodger gear. You're accepted.
And
what?
Good job, Mrs. Jeff.
You know they saw booty, right? They saw booty.
I did see it. I didn't want to say anything, but you said it.
You put your face, you put your ass on camera, but not your face. That's all right. Lucky did too. Lucky showed his culo. What's going on here?
Man, that's funny. That's what that mirror's for, isn't it? I knew.
Yeah, no, because usually like before she would come up and punch me in the back of the head, like like a messing me on. Yeah, but shout out to wifey, man. She been my wifey. Wifey was not the biggest sports fan when we first got together, but obviously being with me, right? And she's been so like obsessed with this Dodger run. Like she is. And my bad. Sorry, didn't mean to. But because she came in out of nowhere, she's been so obsessed with this. And my dad and my mom have a lot to do with that too. And Lucky is fully decked out in like official Dodger gear. This is Dodger dog all week. Everything about him is fully Dodgered up. But anyway, so sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. She came out of nowhere.
No, it's all good. Again, I love my mom and dad. I love them. I've never recovered really, but what it did is it hardened me so much that things don't affect me. To your parents' show. Again, thank you, and it's nice to hear stories about sons and fathers enjoying this, because that's the other part of this. You know, my dad bequeathed all three of my teams to me, and my dad wasn't ever pressing those teams. I did that. I pressed. I became a diehard. My dad was a fan of the Steelers, Dodgers, and Lakers, and he got nervous. He watched them and he enjoyed them, but I took it to another level. I have been with those three teams since I can remember, and I've never veered off. Never wore a Clippers shirt because something happened. None of that. Never. Matter of fact, I make fun of my family because some of them were born in Detroit. Some were living in Arizona. Some lived in San Diego. They cheer for the Chargers, the Arizona Cardinals, the Detroit Lions. Like, what the hell is this? I go, pick one already, you know? And me, it don't matter where I live. I could be in Arugula or wherever the hell, Botswana. It doesn't matter. Costa Rica. Hell, there's a big Steeler contingency out there too. I'm never, ever going to veer off my teams. And the Dodgers, since the Guggenheims have taken over, it's made it so much easier to watch. I mean, I watched before, don't get me wrong, but it's just much easier to watch the Dodgers because
to believe in. Yeah.
They have absolutely mastered this thing. Can you even fathom them not making a playoff? I mean, look at the Boston Red Sox. The Yankees didn't make the playoffs last year. Yeah. I can't. If the Dodgers didn't make the playoffs, I'd be like, what the hell? Did the earth fall? Like, I don't even think about that when the season starts. Never. I'm like, okay, well, are they going to win the 100 games and then lose in the first round? Like, we're totally so desensitized by the playoff already being there. We're desensitized. Sorry, Jesus, I can't even speak. But here, look, when you're great, you're great. And they're great. And they're going to continue to be great. And I'm going to eat and drink every moment of this. And man,
no crumb left. None.
No, man. And
no crumb, no drop.
We are going to be entrenched in this. And the second the pitchers report to spring training, holy shit, this thing's going to get fun. Oh, my God, I can't wait. If opening day, we got to do this. Opening day, we got to go.
I went this year, went last year. I'm already there.
I'm going. Whatever it costs, I'm going.
I make a whole day of it, man. I get up early. I'm on the train early. I have breakfast on the village. I'm there like all day. So we can definitely make that happen. Big Baby, what's up, Big Baby? And Big Baby, man, I had to walk you through this. Big Baby, we know him as a basketball guy. He's venturing into the baseball waters, and I had to like literally kind of like bring him along. And I kept trying to tell him earlier today. And Big Baby he's becoming a Dodger fan. You know, go support Big Baby, subscribe to his channel. I had to tell him he's trying to bring those basketball narratives into baseball. And I try to tell him this don't work, Big Baby. Those basketball cliches don't work here. And to his credit, you know, he's always open. He's one of those like reverse psychology guys. He's like, I just want to say it so it goes the other way. But no, he's gotten into it. He's supported all my Dodger work as well as my basketball work. He's always supported everything I've done. Shout out Big Baby, man. I appreciate you. And Big Baby, I told you there's a real big difference between basketball and baseball. And for my basketball people, I'm going to paint the picture real simple. For everyone who's out there talking about what Aaron Judge or Shohei Ohtani did or didn't do, and you sit here and you talk about a basketball player who's in a shooting struggle, in a shooting slump, all right? And maybe someone's guarding him too tight or this, that, and the third. Let me tell you the difference between basketball and baseball. That basket that man is shooting at in basketball is at the same height, at the same distance, every single time from the shot point that he's taking. Now imagine if that basketball player went to go take a shot at that basket, and right as he's going to release it, the basketball dives or moves. That is the difference between basketball and baseball. So when you wonder why a guy's in a 2-week slump, that's baseball. He's not choking. He's not trash. It's baseball. Choking is when a guy is so nerved up in basketball that he can't even get his lift, can't release his proper form, and can't do anything right. And he's airballing or he's off. It's in his head. But like I said, imagine that basket moves, or you think it's there and then it drops a foot right when you release your shot. That's the difference between basketball and baseball. When a guy's in a slump in basketball, get to the free throw line, you feel a little better, you can get a little bit of a rhythm. People are saying just get one blue hit and you're back in it. I don't buy that. Baseball's much more cruel than that. You could be the hottest bat on the planet, and you go up against an arm that just knows how to get you out. It's a wrap. So everyone that was going after Ohtani, going after Mookie, going after everyone. You got to understand, this is a different game. And I'm so happy that y'all are paying attention to it now. And by next season, you guys are going to be saying the same stuff to other people that I'm saying to you now. I promise you this. And that's what we're here to do. That's what we're here to do. Shout out Big Baby, man. He's been tuned in to this whole Dodger run. Like, he really has. So my goal was to move basketball people over to baseball, and I feel like I got enough baseball, but maybe might not be fully into basketball, and vice versa. That's what we want to do here. That's exactly what we want to do. Roy, what's up, man? I see you, man. Hold on real quick. I've got to touch on this real quick because we can. Lucky AF. At least the Knicks are better than the Lakers. All right. So lucky would be that one win you got. I don't know how lucky you got to be to win 4-1. Lucky would probably be every playoff win you've gotten in the last 50 years because there's no chip to sniff. So if you're going to come in talking trash, at least have some banners to stand on, man. Come on, of late in your life. Because I could tell you probably like sub 25. You ain't seen nothing. Roy says, Jeff Joe, 2024 World Series champions. Let's go, man. Joe. And I'm not even, you know me, I don't usually mess with the chat like that. But come on, man. Show some respect. And we've shown respect to the Yankees. I watch the Knicks, all that. But you can bash the Lakers all you want. Here's the thing. I'm going to tell you this right now. Don't no one give 2 Fs about the Lakers tonight. We don't. We love our Lakers. We understand what happened there tonight. And I've seen half of Laker Nation has already given up on JJ 5 games in, right? But what I'm saying is we got all season to get on the Lakers. That's not entering the chat tonight. We're not doing that. This is about the Los Angeles Dodgers. The city is theirs tonight. The city is theirs. All right. The city is blue tonight. The city is Nipsey blue tonight. You heard? All right. And this might have been every championship is special in its own way. But I'm speaking for me personally. Everyone has their favorite. Everyone has their own thing. I have never been broken like a fan before. Like I damn near wasn't that Padres series. So this one just is just so much. It feels like you had a loved one on life support, and not only survived, but they're thriving. Like it's like we were dead, y'all. Like we were dead, and this doesn't happen in other Dodger years. This just doesn't happen. And the Yankees have not been in the World Series since 2009. They got back there this year, and I kind of said the Yankees got to pay their dues. They got 27 shit. This team doesn't. The Dodgers have been paying these dues. They've been paying it. They won the championship and they were told it didn't count. They won that shit, and they were told it didn't count. So like Dave said, man, what they gonna say now? I wish he would have continued the tradition of what the last 3 championships did, when they were say like what they say. What they say. They want to know if the Dodgers didn't win the World Series, what would happen? Well, I guess we won't. Guess we'll never know, right? They kept doing that, right? They didn't drop the line tonight, unless I missed it. But
I didn't hear it.
Yeah, I didn't hear it. But outside of that, I like that. You know what really got me, Joe? From a baseball fan perspective, we're sitting up there. There was that moment where Dave came to talk to the MLB network. Did you see this?
Mm-hmm.
No, Fox. Was it MLB or Fox? I don't remember what it was. But
it was Fox with Poppy, right?
Yeah. And he's sitting there, and it's A-Rod, Dave, Poppy, and Jeter. And you got that 2004 and 2003. You had Boone in that too. People missed that. Boone hit that walk-off in 2003, right? Sent him to the series. Fastest walk-off I've ever seen in my life. They barely made it back from commercial and the ball was in the air. Anyway, do you remember that? Like, we barely saw Boone's at bat. We just saw the ball in the air. Anyways, that was special. That was special because that was as intense of a rivalry as you would ever see. And A-Rod, Dave, Poppy, Jeter. And you knew it at the time. The 3-0 comeback was crazy. But then you start piecing together everything and how that happened, that Dave Roberts stolen base and all that would led to it. But I think that was kind of cool seeing them all up there together. And that was 20 years ago, Joe. Jesus. It makes you. When's the last Jeter retired in? Watch, I got. Hold on, Joe. I got. Where's it at?
Jeter retired in 2015 or
14. That is. Damn it! I gotta find it. I got a ticket stub from his last game in my drawer here. I'll show it on the next time. I gotta find it. I got a bunch of stuff.
He has probably the greatest sports commercial. I know there's a lot, but the one that I really love, it's the one with the somber music and everybody.
His last game, right? His last game one.
Everybody tips. Yeah, everybody tips their hat.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that whole sequence.
It was a Nike commercial. Jordan. Nike.
Yeah, and Jordan was the last one to tip his hat. That is, I actually watched it a few times yesterday just because I love.
I'm listening.
I just loved the music, the appreciation, everything. I thought it was cool. Looking at this, the sad part about mentioning Boone and the home run from 2004 is that guy was so beloved for so long.
Yeah.
And then seeing the vitriol now as manager, it's very similar to how Laker fans look at the Kurt Rambuses or the Byron Scotts or the Luke Waltons. That's another thing that I'd like to start telling everyone, like, guys, you got to separate the two.
Real quick. This is Jeter's last game at Yankee Stadium and got it framed.
Was it 15 or 14?
Let me see. This is
he went in the Hall of Fame in 20, right?
2011.
That was his last game? No.
Does this say 2011 or am I tripping? Yeah, he's been out the game a while. Hold on.
No, it's 2014. He retired in 2014.
Oh, I'm tripping. This when did he get that? What hit was that?
2000.
3,000 hit. Tripping. This is his 3,000 hit.
He had a home run.
I'm sorry. I'm buzzed. I apologize, y'all. I apologize. It was.
Hey, Jeff, don't apologize, man.
No, because I want to be correct. This was the date says July 9th, 2011. Yeah. My bad, y'all. I got a lot of bubbly in me. But yeah, it was a 3,000th hit. I went to his final game too, but this was no. I'm tripping. I didn't go to his final game. I went to because I was on the road. Yeah, my fault.
It's just look, that table has so much history. Jeter, by the way, man, he looked miserable.
He did.
He looked, and I can't really dog on him because I'd be miserable too. That guy's a Yankee from the beginning. But maybe they should have replaced him.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
they should have maybe just drag Oral out of
Yeah.
sports for a minute.
Oral's great at what he does. Oh, my man, real quick. You said you're a Nets fan. Hey, you know what? Honestly, I salute the Mets, man. I was just, you know how it is, man. We talked. I'm from my family from New York City originally. You know how it is. We talk trash, but
I like every team.
yeah, salute to the Mets, bro. Salute to the Mets. I like the Knicks too. I like the Knicks. I'm just talking trash, man. We having fun tonight.
I loved every moment of this run. I love the trash talking. I love the crying. I love Manny Machado getting angry and doing his whatever tailgating thing in the dugout. I loved it all because what it did was it played a part in adding drama and making this fun, which it was. Every bit of it, every second of it was beautiful sports moments that are ingrained forever, sports moments where you're going to be watching highlights of the 2024 season.
For a
and
long
you're not gonna know how many you can watch. There's so many of them. Folks, we had a guy drop 54 home runs and 59 stolen bases.
And it's never been done before. And it may never be done again. Because if he's pitching, I don't know if he goes like that hard again.
Since the AL entered baseball, Major League Baseball in 1903, which is when the first World Series started, because the NL started in 1884. And then at 1903, AL, now you have a league, 2 leagues playing for a World Series. So I'm going to use that. I'm going to use 1903 as the beginning. You're talking about 121 years. And you had Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig, Mickey Mantle, Joe DiMaggio, Stan Musial, Willie Mays, Willie McCubb. I mean, I can go on and on and on and on, and none. And he didn't just get 50 and 50. He got 54 and 59.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like 50 and 50. He obliterated it. And not only did he obliterate it, there wasn't even a 45-45 before.
No.
He killed it by 9. I think he killed it by more.
I remember thinking that he was going to get the 55 for sure, and then like he
would have had some good marketing dollars with that with Heinz. Heinz 57?
57, yeah. But I was at that 40-40 game, and just the games I was at this year, man, and it just that's why that Padre situation was hitting so bad. Is
you didn't want it to be for nothing? I get it.
Yeah, and
that was the relief.
Yeah, and I wasn't just a viewing fan this year. I spent a lot of time, made a lot of sacrifices, professionally, family-wise, and I'll do it again. It's not poor me, you know what I mean? It's not what I'm saying. And yeah, you Lakers last year, you do all that. It was my first year covering the team from beginning to end, and the way that all went down, I knew by December that this was going nowhere. You know what I mean? And I did it. I grinded it out. And I was just like, at the end, I was like, I need a break from this team and the toxicity around it. Baseball saved me from that. And when it felt like, and this isn't just about me watching games, sitting at home, live streaming. Like I spent a lot of money on this team. A lot of money on this team that like the seats. And let me tell you, I hydrate at these games, all right? $18, $22 a pop. You know what I mean? The Irish in me, it's just gasoline. I got to fill up the tank. A lot of money spent on this team this year. And willingly, time, the most precious asset. And just when that Padres situation wasn't like, I'm not ready for this to be over yet. And I guess that's why those other fan bases, when I saw their videos, when their team went out, hit me, because I was like, man, that was me. That was me. The Dodgers saved me from complete rock bottom. You know, I've had a lot going on in my life in the last few months. Some very sick loved ones. And this was my escape, you know? And so I felt that when I heard people talk about that. I heard people lost the Mets fan. I saw them, they lost like their apartment. They were like living on a relative sofa, like, and everything. And this was their escape while they're navigating through things. And it hit me. It touched home because it was my escape. And I felt bad for them. You know, even though we beat them, I'm happy we beat them, but you know, it just reminds you of how much people love this. And that's why when they won, everything that you felt today, Joe, of just where you're just like, you know, there's something special at that. You can't duplicate that. And no computer can do that for a manager either. And it could prepare you. Data prepares you. There's no doubt about it. You're running a business. You got data. You know your information. It's great. You saw that thing on Twitter today. When I someone said, I was like, Joe, did he say turf? I was like, yes. I was like, but anyways, but no, it is there is something very special about this. It is an energy that I don't know exactly when this became something we made part of our DNA, right? But there's something special when you care this much. They're fair weather fans, there's bandwagon fans. It does not hit the same. They join the celebration, but they never join the struggle. They never join the struggle. And when you beat through that struggle, and that's what I've been telling people. I was telling people all the time, you are not the same. You are not built for baseball. You haven't been through these trenches. You have not been through these trenches. You have not been sitting in Dodger Stadium when someone walked right past you, knocked your beer over, and threw their Kershaw jersey on the field. I ended up in that video. I'm in that video of that fan doing it, by the way. My big ass head is in that video. All right. I was there, and I saw that disrespect of someone walking to the front row and throwing their Kershaw jersey onto the field. Now, so something just with jersey was a big deal. What Joe was touched on. Kershaw got robbed of his legacy. And he was right there this whole time. I touched about this, I think, a couple episodes or whatever it was ago about Adrian Gonzalez didn't stick around when he got hurt, when they were in the World Series. He dipped. I like the guy. I think he does great work on TV. But he dipped. Kershaw's been injured for the playoffs twice. He was right there the whole time. And you don't think that these pitchers talk to him?
I don't like Adrian's work.
Yeah. Oh, well, I mean, he shows up. I mean, you know, you know what though? You know what? Because I do my own maybe I haven't seen him enough. I love Oral.
Oral's great.
Oral's great.
He's a dork, but he's really good.
But what's his name? You know who's a lot better that I didn't give credit for. So the guy who fills in for Joe when he doesn't do Dodger TV, he's like the radio guy. He's much better on radio than TV. I don't mean that in a bad way. I just think like there's something special about radio that kind of gets like underappreciated. He's so good. And shout out to all the Dodger people. That stand up for cancer thing. And the Yankee fans, come on, y'all. Y'all booed Freddie when he came up on the screen for stand up for cancer when he had a sign that said my mom. Like, come on, y'all.
Are you talking about Steven Nelson?
Yeah. He's good on radio. On TV, he's maybe not the best. He's really good on radio. So I
thought maybe you were talking about Steiner, but
no. So that's what I'm getting to. Yeah. So there were so many Dodger fans that when they had to stand up to cancer, and Charlie's name was on there because he's battling for his life. That's why he's not calling Dodger games. And he's been around a long time. For those of us remember him on Sports Center, like he's been around a long time. And almost every Dodger, if you saw a Dodger person with two cards, that second card always said Charlie or Charlie Steiner. Dave had Charlie Steiner. Our radio guy wasn't even there. You know what I mean? Like everything this year, like it's just been crazy, and that's on their minds. That's that guy's traveled with them, been with them thick and thin for years. He's part of the family, right? And they lost Fernando during this, right? And it's starting to sound like Charlie probably is not going to make it back, right, to the job. And so when they showed Freddie with the stand-up, and that whole thing was moving because it was like so still and quiet. Like, remember when they were doing like the mannequin challenge back in the day, like a few years back?
Yeah.
And it's like you could hear the wind. Like it was so quiet. And they showed Freddie and Yankee fans booed. Not all of them. There's a lot of great Yankee fans. Those schmucks in the field that did what they did, and some reporters tried to justify that. And you hear what Mookie said today? There's only been a couple times in his life where he wanted to get into a fight. That was one of them. Like, he said he wanted to beat his ass.
That guy's face is like,
yeah. But I like, Matt, when I saw Mookie mad, I kind of like, because you don't really see that. And Mookie mad was funny as funny as
he has one of the greatest celebratory faces.
Oh yeah, he does.
The way he cheered when
the home run.
Well, but the one tonight when
Walker,
when Walker struck out Verdugo, he's just like,
yeah. But that one when he was on the side with his hat off and he was screaming, who hit that home run when he screamed? Was it Freddie? The Freddie one, right?
The Freddie one.
Yeah. And he screamed like, so many. Mookie has been my favorite player for a while. I hadn't had a favorite player since Jeter. And I took him out of my heart this whole series. I asked my mom, like, why are you flipping off Jeter? I'm like, nah, he's not being a real analyst. He's going with his heart. Like he's up there, like, you're paid to do this gig. Say who you think is really gonna win, not who you want to win.
Hell, even Tommy Heinsohn was able to do it.
And he's a homer's homer.
He was the biggest hater, drunk on local telecast.
He was great though. He was
great. You listen to him during the '85 finals, because I have the entire box set of all 6 of the games. He's like, the Lakers were great. The Lakers came into Boston and they just were ready. They're ready to take it tonight. And I'm sitting here going, Jeter, I know you've lived the perfect life, and believe me when I say this. Yeah. I talk more about Jeter than you think. And it's not because of baseball. Okay. That sucker not only won in baseball, but he was winning other places. Maybe even more.
It still is.
Oh man!
Wait. Did Hudson retire? Is this real? Is this official?
So
Hudson retired? Yeah. I think that's. I'm late on the chat.
Where did you get that info?
I don't know. Maybe I think Kiermaier's was saying he was going to retire. Retiring. Yeah, he should. You could go out like that. Just be gone. So if Hudson retires, oh man, it sucks. He goes out like that.
It's okay.
Well, he goes out a champion, but he has done some very good work for us. I know that moment.
Yeah, he retired. He's retired. It just happened. It's CBS as a yeah. He retired.
I guess that's where Tanner Scott's roster spot's going to come from then, huh? Yeah, shout out moms, man. Shout out moms. I talk about my dad because of like he wasn't around, but you can't forget the ones that are always there. My mom was always there. Let's see. Appreciate you guys here. Appreciate all you guys. Thank you, Joe. Like, appreciate everyone. This is if it wasn't for Joe, I'd be sitting here with this bottle talking probably into the bottle by now. But no, this has been fun. And I feel like we built something here, and we will be able to continue, the baseball, coverage moving forward for sure. So all, through the off season and into next season. And this was just the first season, right? Shohei's first year and they win a championship, man.
Yamamoto's not even an ace. He was
but imagine how he feels, Joe, because that's all he cares about. They all
made the right call. They all did. They all did. And Friedman was lobbying and scratching and clawing and eating bricks and wood chips to get Tommy here. He was relentless in getting Tommy Edman. That right there, man. That right there. He knew for a while. He knew so. He's like, I gotta get this guy. This is the glue. And then when you see that play after Judge dropped it, folks, that needs to be taught. If Edman was Manny Machado, he would have been at first.
Mookie. If Mookie was Manny, he wouldn't have got to first.
Would have changed that whole sequence. They would not have won that game. So just know this. Run the damn ball. Run the ball. Run it. You never know. You're an athlete. Sprinting for about 5 seconds ain't going to kill you doing that 5, 6, 7, 8, 30 times a year. Come on. I mean, if I had a chance to talk to Tommy, that would be the first thing I tell him. Not congratulations. That's easy. Everybody's telling you congratulations. Yeah. Like, Tommy, that run, the second on that hit, you are the mother effing man.
Yeah.
That's why you won tonight. That was the spark right there. Salute.
Trade deadline.
And Andrew Friedman, the executive of the year, unanimous.
Roberts has to
Shohei.
win Manager of the Year, right? He has to win Manager of the Year. Roberts has to.
I don't think they're going to give it to him because usually they like to give Manager of the Year awards to people who just came out of nowhere and helped win.
With winning the best record, I know they vote on this before the playoffs. He had the best record in the league with all those injuries. You don't think he gets it?
They don't usually give it to the best manager.
Who came out of nowhere this year? Padres weren't expected to be this good.
Baltimore. Oh wait, there's an AL and an NL, right? Yeah. I always forget that. Oh shit! Maybe.
Do you think maybe they go? Do you think maybe they go Padres?
No.
Mets. Manuel.
Maybe.
That run was nuts.
I think Brian Hyde wins in the AL, no doubt. And again, my brain forgets sometimes. There's two leagues still. So
they've got to get it, man.
Hey, look, you ain't gonna get an argument from me. The vote's already in.
Yeah. It was in before. It's like the NBA, right? That goes in before the playoffs.
Oh, you have to because it'll
change your opinion.
But who cares, man? He already has one. He already has a Manager of the Year. Friedman, Executive of the Year, and then again, folks, Ohtani, 50-50 and an MVP and a World Series ring. I mean, come on, guys.
Yeah.
And props for playing hurt, by the way.
Yeah. Just everything, man. This was everything. I'm trying to get to all your guys' chats here, man. I'm not a guy that's short or missing words. And I don't think I could explain how much this championship meant to me. Just from a lot of different angles and perspectives. And there were several times where there's a difference. There's a difference between someone throwing a tantrum in the moment and someone who really thinks it's over. There's people who would throw a tantrum and then 15 minutes later act like that tantrum never happened and they're, I'm just kidding. No. Right. Like I was really thinking we were like that San Diego one really had me thinking like, here we go again. And have not felt that since. I did not for a second think we were losing to the Mets. Did not think for a second we were losing to the Yankees. There was real thought of loss to the Padres. As much as the battles I went back and forth with Padre fans, including some tonight, who I sent you off lovely again with some choice words. I will never say that I wasn't worried. I can't say that. Like I got to give you guys that. But outside of that, it'd be like me lying saying I didn't think the Lakers versus Kings in 2002, right? You have to keep it real from that standpoint. However, you don't get to celebrate tonight saying if we won one more, we'd be World Series champs tonight. You don't get to do that. You don't get to do that because what if the Yankees won tonight, they'd still be playing in the World Series. You never sniffed the World Series. You don't get to say that. You had a great year. You gave us all we can handle. I'll give you that. But at the end of the day, you were still a first-round exit. And
the worry was legit. The worry was legit.
The word was absolutely legit. I will not take that away.
You're talking about no pitching starters.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm sorry, no aces coming into that series. And then you're battling Cease, King, and before Musgrove got hurt, and then Darvish, who just deals against the Dodgers, of course. And it didn't matter. It didn't matter for 24 innings. These are the two most dominant.
This right here, when you're done, that's a great point. But yeah, two most dominant. Yeah, that was
two most dominant 5-game series that were entertaining I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And I'm saying dominant because you're winning these games with guys that have gone through 2 Tommy John surgeries. You have a rookie. I know he's a stud in Japan, but this is the majors.
Mm-hmm.
You had a rookie pitcher, and you had a 3-4 pitcher, and that's it.
And a superstar that's never been to the playoffs.
That's it. You're not supposed to win 1 series, let alone 3. You're not supposed to dominate. They dominated the Mets. The most brutal 6-game series was the Mets. I've never seen 4 destructive games like that. I've never seen. I've been watching baseball for 30 plus years. Never seen it. And the only reason why they lost those games is because they didn't have pitching.
Yeah,
they would have probably swept.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It won't matter in the end. We're just into the details right now because it's fresh. We're not going to give a shit. I mean, you and I, like Dodger fans and people will talk about it and inform people.
We'll tell stories. Yeah.
They'll tell stories, but reality is it doesn't matter, folks. It doesn't matter. They're the champs. And then there were some epic moments. I mean, game 1, first pitch grand slam. That's forever, folks. And then a 5-run comeback in Yankee Stadium
against Garrett Cole.
Against Garrett Cole, both Garrett Cole games you lose, and he dealt and dealt and dealt, and you dealt him so much, he cracked in the end. That was a crack, folks. That was a mental crack. He was done mentally. So I don't know what else to tell you, guys. I don't know what else to tell you other than this Dodger team said, you're not going to beat us. Not in the regular season, not in the NLDS, not in the NLCS, and you ain't beating us in the World Series. I don't give a shit who you are, the New York Yankees, the Buffalo Bills, the Steel. It doesn't matter. The Dodgers were not going to lose. This was like the 91 Bulls. Didn't matter. Jordan was ready. And there was nothing Magic could do. There's nothing the Pistons could do. We were there. We didn't know at the time, really, because the result wasn't stamped yet. But when you look back on it now, it's just what it is, folks. This was bound to happen. It was too much. 47, I think it's 48 comebacks this year.
Yeah, it was nuts. It's like every superstar has arrived moment. You said Jordan. It's like when Braun reached his peak, like, okay, you're not stopping me for a stretch here. Kobe and his, Duncan and his, right? So it's like, speaking of that, shout out my guy Reg, man. My bad, Reg. I missed your chat earlier. I was scrolling up and I just saw it. My bad, brother. Shout out to Reggie from the locker room. That's my guy. I know a lot of you guys know him from basketball, talking basketball. Reggie's actually a baseball guy too, and he's a Dodger fan. Me and Reg can say this. Like, Reg was giving me, hey, Jeff, why you keep saying Ohtani like he's already here? Because I'm like, Reg, he's coming, brother. He's coming. I promise you he will be a Dodger. I've been telling people this for 2 years. I knew it. I felt it with every breath I had that this was going to happen. There were 2 things I was positive about. It was Shohei and Yamamoto. And if you go back and watch my videos over the winter, you'll see. I had a little intel on Yamamoto. But so that one, like towards the end, I had a little intel on that. So like, if you go back and look, you will see that I tweeted that 2 hours before it happened. Like, you'll see that. But anyways, Reg, salute to you, brother, because I know you've been rocking with the Dodgers. You cover the Lakers as well. But you know, a lot of people don't know you as a baseball guy. I know you're a big baseball guy too. So shout out to you, Reg. Appreciate you tuning in. I saw you in here earlier, man. Thank you, brother. But yeah, Joe, we've got this is going to be, we get to talk. And for those, damn, I've got so much, like, you know, I've got so much to say here. Okay, look, so I always tell people this, and I don't mean this in a condescending way, even though it sometimes comes off like that. This isn't like a, I know more than you moment. It's not. I promise you this. This isn't an I know more than you moment. This was just, I was there moment. It's all this is. Okay. And I try to tell people all the time, I can tell a clear difference between the Kobe, Laker, Shaq, Kobe, or Laker fans that did not witness 2000 through 2002 versus those who saw the tail end of Kobe's career. I could totally tell the difference in that Laker fan base. Someone who was born in early to mid 90s, you do not know the three-peat Lakers like we do. I promise you this. Just because you were alive, you were not there. Secondly, your first probably experience of being a diehard Laker fan was during the Kobe assassin years, during the years where they weren't winning. And then you had to come back and, you know, in 08, losing the Celtics 9 and 10, right? So I was alive during the 88. And Joe, me and Joe are pretty much same age bracket, right? So I was alive in 88. but I didn't get to. I remember a few games of that series because I remember the Mets series because my teacher had it on. She was from New York and she was playing. She was playing the Mets. She was a Mets fan, and she would bring the TV on the cart, and we watch the Dodgers versus the Mets. I remember being in school watching that. I didn't comprehend really what it was at the time. When Kirk Gibson hit that home run, I told you the story before, Joe. I was camping. Yeah, I was at a campground. And my dad, just to hear him get crazy loud out of nowhere. I'm trying to put together some art and craft that I can't figure out how to put together because I'm horrible with that stuff. And I heard my dad and some of his friends just go crazy. And I don't even know what's going on. I think I told you the story, right? I thought at that point that the Dodgers played in the World Series every year at that point, right? Because they won it that year. I didn't know. I was young. I didn't know that was like something that I thought like, Dad, who are the Dodgers playing the World Series this year? Because 89, I guess they weren't that good. And he was like, they're not playing anyone in the World Series this year, Jeff. That's not happening. Shut up, stupid. They're not playing no one in the World Series this year, right? I was like, what do you mean? Don't they go to the World Series every year? They just laughed at me, right? Because I was naive. And then my grandpa, God bless him, he would tell me like, that's when I really locked in on. So I missed that. I missed the Showtime Lakers. I knew who they were. I remember the first time I saw Magic Johnson pointing on the court, I was like, man, that's a boss. I remember like thinking how impressive that was. But I was just always outside in the dirt. Like I was outside playing, like, I was out there on my bike. I was just everywhere but home at that point, right? So it was like back in the day, man, kids were never home, bro. Like we were never home. So like I settled in on NBA like 91, baseball like 90. When was the 88 Dodgers, 89, didn't A's get one?
When?
Who got 89?
89 with the A's. They
Okay,
swept the Giants.
yeah. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, so A's. So that was the year. Okay, so 90. Who's 90?
Reds.
Cincinnati got
Reds swept the A's
in 90.
In 90.
Right. Okay. So
and Cincinnati was coast to coast that whole year, by the way.
Yeah, Pinello was managing, right? At that point. Okay, that's the first like World Series that I was like glued to. And then 91 was the Twins Braves, right?
Twins Braves, game
92,
7. 92 was Toronto.
Toronto, but who they played? They won back to back.
Yeah, no, they played the Braves in 92.
They won.
Then they played the Phillies in 93. That was the Joe
walk-off Carter.
Walk-off Carter. And then 94 was a strike. 95 with the Braves against the Indians. And then 96 was
the Yankees. 97 was Marlins.
And then Yankees.
Yeah.
And,
okay.
And
so like my first locked in was 90. And then my first locked in NBA, like locked in was 91. So I missed 88. I missed Showtime. I caught Magic's literal last year before the comeback. But I had all of Kobe, all of Shaq, all LeBron, all that. So what I'm saying is like when someone is born in like 94, they don't know the 3P Lakers, bro. Like they don't know it, right? So I feel like people who kind of started watching the Dodgers like maybe like 2010-ish, right? 2008. Like I feel like you don't have the full pain. You know what I mean? Like when exactly did Guggenheim buy it, Joe? Buy the team. What year was that?
I think it was 2012.
It's been that long?
Mm-hmm.
Because Magic sold his stake. I saw Magic and Cookie there tonight. They were right there on the saw Magic, man. Yeah, so it was 2012. It seems it took them a couple years to get Friedman, though, right? They didn't get him right away.
So here's what happened.
They rode with Coletti for a bit.
Frank McCourt, I think, bought it through. So Guggenheim's bought it through bankruptcy.
Yeah, McCourt bought it on a credit card. Like, I still can't believe how Major League Baseball let that go through.
But Selig.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna get it. Yeah. So they bought the Guggenheim's bought. They bought the team through the bankruptcy from Frank McCourt, and then something happened with him and his wife, whatever the hell, and then somehow he negotiated the ownership of the parking lot, and then
because he wouldn't sell without it, he wouldn't. Yeah,
and then of course you you've had to deal with 2 people that have been paralyzed in the parking lot because of his stupid ass. But anyway, thank God for this ownership. I'm already campaigning to see if these guys can buy the Lakers here in the next 5 to 10 years.
Well, I've got a okay, we're going to talk. So yeah, well, we've got a lot. That's a whole different. I've got a whole different idea for that. So let's move past that real quick. We'll talk about that off air. That is a yes, absolutely.
It's look, we basically allowed the Dodgers killed the Atlanta Braves of this time tonight. They're never going to be the Braves. Matter of fact, I'm feeling very comfortable that they might be the first repeat champion since 2000.
Yeah,
I have no doubt, barring injury, of course, but I don't even know if that's going to matter. Barring a catastrophic injury, a catastrophic injury, they're going to come back next year and they're going to be equipped and healthier. And God help you all, by the way. And I'm going to be there.
Yeah.
And we're going to be there.
They said that on the Smoltz said, because they're going to be even better next year. Like they're going to be better. Like the fact that they got this done, and I like what A-Rod said too. He said people. He goes, I felt that was a hard. Like he talked about the 2020. He said, I'm taking nothing away from that, but those who did, like, they can say nothing now. And I felt that they all were, when it was over, I felt they were all like very complimentary of what the Dodgers had pulled off. And I did appreciate them touching on not what they pulled off, not only what they pulled off, but what they didn't get credit for.
It's like that for everything, though. It's like that for everything, Jeff. There's always going to be something. I told you about the Ray Allen shot.
Yeah. That's so stupid. People try to discredit Braun for that. It's so stupid.
They discredit everything. They discredit everything. The 16. Oh, well, Draymond Green was suspended. He was suspended because he kicked the guy in the nuts for the 50th time. You got to do something. Yeah. I remember I was screaming it. I go, I don't have a dog in this game. But this motherfucker keeps kicking people in the nuts. He deserved to get fought. He deserved it. And by the way, he was still available after that for important games. Hey, Golden State was up 3-1. They can win at least one game. They're good enough. They won 73 games there. They're good enough to win one of those games with him playing 2 out of the 3. Bottom line is LeBron went to another galaxy in those 3 games. And if you don't want to accept that, then you don't know shit about sports or anything.
Braun was incredible.
Folks, I want you, and I have to, again, this is the part where I made this. This is how it roll. This is how we roll here. Okay. LeBron led in all 5 major categories for both teams.
Yeah.
Now you're probably asking, what does that mean? He led in points, rebounds, assists, steals, and blocks for both teams. It is the most dominant series probably that any basketball player has ever had. As a matter of fact, I don't think there's never been at most dominant. And they were, Kyrie made the 3 in the end. You're always going to have.
Someone bailed that type of. Kyrie's not in a position to make or take that 3 without LeBron.
You are always going to have ball sacks everywhere that like that. Guys like that idiot that was trying to get the ball out of Mookie's. Those are the type of guys that say that shit. And you know me, Jeff, I'm not a big LeBron guy.
No, I was going to touch on that. You're a massive Jordan guy, but you're it is what it is guy. You know what I mean?
I got a lot of flack for picking Bird over LeBron.
Yeah.
Right? But that's because no one saw Bird play.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bird was nasty.
You all got to understand. If you guys don't believe me, if you want to do some research, which you ain't going to do the research because you're not about that life, from 1980 to 1987, okay, Larry Bird was in the most competitive era of basketball. He had to deal with the Lakers. He had to deal with Dr. J. He had to deal with the Dallas Mavericks no one knows about. He had to deal with Denver. Though, like, there was teams that didn't, and I'm not talking about in the playoffs, obviously. He was dealing with the East teams. But the point is, during that era, you had some unbelievable star players that didn't see any shine because Magic and Bird were so good. Okay, he won 3 MVPs in a row during that stretch. He won 3 championships. Arguably, and I would even say, I wouldn't argue against, the 86 team was probably the best 80s team of all the 10 teams.
Which one?
86.
86. 86 was filthy. You know, I get in the debate all the time with a guy at work who talks about and this is fair. It does have some fairness to it. That they all talk about the Lakers and Celtics in the 80s, but that Phillies team, sorry, the Sixers team. That Sixer team was filthy, but that 86 Celtics was insane. I didn't watch it live, but I've done my research. Like the 86 Celtics team was ridiculous. And I know we're going off topic a little bit here, but I know that
well, the point of the story is y'all don't watch.
Yeah.
If you don't watch and you don't pay attention, you just read what you saw on YouTube or your dinkus TikTok shit or some asshole talking on Get It Up or whatever the fuck those shows are now. None of those people know more than none of those, maybe like 2% of those assholes know more about shit than us. The only reason why I'm not there is because I choose not to be there. I ain't working for some corporation telling me what the fuck to say. Ever. It'll never happen. Okay? I make my own money. I can do whatever the fuck I want my own way. I don't need to go listen to some idiot who's like, well, he played really well here tonight, and maybe he'll play well tomorrow. I'm like, is there any substance in your information? What do you mean play well tomorrow? Are you a psychic giving out generalities? No. That's not enough. I want to know why. Now, after today, and I'm getting out of my diatribe here, and then I'm gonna let you talk. I'm sorry. I'm getting
no.
Okay. But I got shit. I got shit already. And again, I'm a big boy. I know what's coming. Lakers go 3-0. All of a sudden, everybody starts hitting me up. Joe, what the fuck? What the fuck, man? Joe, hey, man, come on. This team is good. What happened tonight?
It's 3 games.
They got their ass handed to them.
Mm-hmm.
Why? For the same things we've been talking. And you got to give Gerald Glassford some props there too. He's been saying
shout out to the pod father.
Yeah, yes. And I'm like, guys, you all know I'm a Laker fan, right? You know I'm a Laker fan, right?
We wanted them to be good.
Guys, pay attention. Listen, I'm not doing this because I want to be different. Okay? There's problems with this team. And LeBron James is great. AD is great. But it's not enough. You need help. It's a team game. That's it.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Back to the Dodgers, baby.
No. I think it's relevant because like if anyone you watch, you know all these players are great. All these players are great. Yeah, shout out to great players, man, because they give us
salute to Empire Jeff for smacking me in the face virtually a little bit the last few weeks, because it did work. It did. It's when you are. It's like when you play. It's like bowling. I'm gonna talk about your boy's favorite sport, Mookie Betts. Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay, when you bowl with guys shooting 60, you're gonna probably be like, eh. When you start bowling with guys that are doing 150s, you bowl better. So Jeff would say things like, and I knew it wasn't directly towards me, but
no. I'm never like that.
But it's a reminder. Hey man, don't. I liked it. Don't be the couch guy, man. Don't be the couch guy. And I sit back. All right. I know this thing is hard, and it really hit home when Vesia said the same thing.
I didn't hear Vesia said that.
He was in the interview, man, and he was in the interview. He's like, "Hey guys, baseball is hard."
Yeah.
And it is. And yes, Muncy sucked ass at the plate, folks. But my God, he was clutch all 5 games on that corner. He almost got that ball today, too, by the way.
Yeah.
He almost got that ball.
Just missed it. The Stanton double.
Right.
Yeah.
But then again, it set up the drama of Trident and everything. So
yeah. No, you know, my and that was not directed at you.
And even if it was Jeff, you come on, you're my boy.
Yeah. No, we got thick skin.
You gotta slap me. You gotta slap your boy around once in a while.
You know, me and you can be very We don't, we can be very direct. Sometimes I say stuff and like there's people who I talk to on a daily basis, whether it's in the chat or on Twitter, and we go back and forth with a difference of opinion. But it's very respectful, right? It's not we'll even joke around or if I know they're over the top of it, I'll poke fun at them, but it's all love, right? To me, I'm not coming out trying to be an asshole with it, My thing is like, even with the Dave stuff, I understand that he's deserved criticism. Like I understand that. But me being who I am, and then the NY blood in me, you know what I mean? The trash talking. I'm gonna dig when I get a chance to dig. That's just what it is. But it's all love, And so with me, actually, hold on. I think I see one of my guys in here now. There we go. Hold on. I'm gonna speak on my guy right here because me and him is one of these guys, right? Lakers Dodgers for life. He said Jeff and Joe are Los Angeles Dodgers are the 2024 World Series champions and can't wait for the parade. 2 + 0 + 2 + 4 + 8 equals mama. My bad.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Perfect. Yeah, he's great. He's great. And perfect timing because this is my guy right here. This is my guy, right? But we'll banter back and forth. Me and Lakers Dodgers for like, we'll banter back and forth because he's been for the most part an anti-Roberts guy, but he gives him his credit. He's don't get me started on the list I have, but I got to give him credit for what he's done. I love this guy. Like Lakers Dodgers for life. He's always been supportive of me. He's always been cool with me. And the dude is a real one is when you challenge his takes, and even if it's playfully or serious, he don't get all tight about it. Like, you know what I mean? We go back and forth. We're respectful. We joke around. We play around like, and it's all like, we both love the same teams. We want the same thing, right? And sometimes we can see things two totally different ways, but he still shows up every night. He shows love. He contributes. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm talking about. So salute to you, brother, and everyone else in here too. But his timing was perfect because we were just talking about that. So it's like, he's one of my guys where we'll go back and forth on things back and forth and we'll be laughing. But he did, admit, like, I got to give him, he didn't, I think the latest one we did, he didn't love, we still totally disagree like on the topic, but the conversation, I love those conversations because for me, it's always been about how do I see it so different that someone that also eats and breathes this. A casual fan, I don't worry about, right? But someone who eats, sleeps, and breathes the same sports and like watches everything, like him, right? Like everything. I'm like, how do I see it? I'm not even worried about how he sees it. I'm like, how do I see it so different? Why? And so I'll poke at him. I'll poke fun at him. I'll get his feelings on it. Like we'll go back and forth on it because I'm really, really not making fun of anyone or thinking I'm smarter or better. I am really trying to understand their train of thought because I'm convinced on mine, but I'm like, am I right? Am I wrong? And then like when you hear him out, sometimes I'm like, oh no, I'm way right. Like sometimes, but sometimes I'm like, oh, damn, I didn't think about that. I'll think about it. Sometimes I'll be like, I think I'm still right. But sometimes I'm like, yeah, I might have had that wrong, right? So I like people who challenge takes, but aren't jerks about it. You know what I mean? And so me and you have jokefully gone back and forth on all kinds of different stuff. Like when I know there's a sensitive subject for you, I definitely I definitely target that. We go back and forth, right? But what I'm saying is like, it's kind of cool when you can have this community and you can have these people that who may think 100% different than what you think. But they respect your mind enough and your takes enough that they're like, we just disagree on that. I respect you, but let's move on to the next topic, right? And that's how it is. And so, like, I feel like the Roberts thing. I think I'm just so happy for I'm just so happy that he got his due. We don't know what the future holds. We don't know if he resorts back. If he makes other mistakes, it may happen. But what I'm saying is like I'm happy that he is getting his credit right now. I am happy for that. I'm definitely happy for that.
He changed, Jeff.
Yeah,
he changed, and even Boone changed tonight. He let Garrett Cole go in there. He was trying to win it, folks. You heard the term. You got to go with who brought you.
Yeah,
and when they bring you, when they
yeah, the Yankees lose.
that was Poppy. The last loss that they had, that was kind of funny. Jeter was pissed. Jeter looked uncomfortable the entire series
because he knew it was done.
I know why they wanted him there, but I if I was his agent, I'd sit him and I go, dude, don't ever do that again. You look terrible.
Yeah, if you're not gonna be real,
If you're not,
yeah, A-Rod still picked them every game too. But Jeter's, you just know he's not a good baseball mind, but he let his fandom, he let his loyalty get in the way of doing his job, right? And that's my favorite player of all time is Derek Jeter, right? He my mom was like, "Don't you flip off, Captain? Don't you flip off the captain?" My mom, like, F him right now. Nah, he's not doing his job. I'm not rocking his jersey for at least 6 months. That's my guy. But nah. Keep it a buck. We get on here every day and point out all the problems with the team that we love. Well, I'm covering baseball. I don't do it as much right now, but when I'm back to full-fledged basketball, I'm gonna be calling it as I see it. There's no fanboy in me. I love the Los Angeles Lakers. But like I said, man, they annoy the hell out of me a lot, right? And so the fact that Jeter could never get up here and be critical about the team that he played for in a series because he's scared. What are you scared that Yankee fans are going to turn on you? Like, come on, man. Like, just keep it a buck.
A lot of times you sense the negativity around your own team, and you'll manifest that the announcers are against you. Smoltzy got a lot of heat because
so did Joe Davis from Dodger fans.
Yeah, and I think the stuff that bothered me about that wasn't so much what they said, it's that they kept saying it.
Yeah, repeated.
Like, dude, all right. The Mets are the best since June.
The Volpe, bro. He's gonna have his Jeter moment. They tried that in 3 games.
God.
And then he finally got it.
And then Judge, he's gonna break. Be careful, he's gonna break out. Be careful.
Eventually.
I'm like, this guy's played almost 100 playoff games, and he hasn't.
Yeah. No, who's the one? Remember, they kept saying Smoltz. I think Smoltz is great. I really do. I think he's top tier. Like, I don't know if there's any. He may be the best in all of sports at doing color. He may be. But I felt there was some laziness. Excuse me, not laziness. Dying on the hillish. He kept doing the same thing with Arise and Soto. He said it enough times when it eventually happened, he was right, which was he's going to swing on a first pitch. He's going to swing on a first pitch. He's going to swing on a first pitch. He said it so many at-bats. Said so many, this is the Jeter moment for Volpe. He said so many times about Judge breaking out. He said so many times that these things that eventually he hit. Now, there's times where he says it once and it hits right away because he's great. But the narrative was just over. Now, how many times are we got to see Garrett Cole at the 2001 World Series? How many times do we got to see Volpe in the picture at the 2009 parade? How many times do we got to see Jack Flaherty in his Dodger jersey? I understand that for casual fans, this may be the only game they watch in the series, and they're trying to hit those heartstrings. They're trying to pull on the story. I get it. But if Dodger fans really think in their heart of hearts that Joe Davis is sitting there rooting for the New York Yankees while he's calling these games, you got to understand the position he's in. He is in a position where he's paid by Fox to be impartial. I think people forget that Vince Scully did the same thing, Joe. Vince Scully called all those World Series games. When Vince Scully was calling the World Series, when that Kirk Gibson hit the home run, he wasn't calling. That wasn't a Dodger broadcast. I don't know what baseball channel, what channel was on those days. I don't know if it's still Fox or CBS. Vince Scully was working for the national network at the time. And those guys have a tough job. And both fan bases think he's against both. That's the craziest. You know what I mean? It's because if they say anything good about the other team, that's all they hear. But I think Joe Davis did a good job. I felt that Smoltz was great. The guys that were kind of on the panel, like we had Yankees and a Red Sox guy. I felt like Poppy picked the Yankees once just so he wouldn't be impartial, but he pretty much wasn't going to pick them to win no matter what, right? So he was on the other side of it, the Yankee villain. He wasn't going to pick them to win it. And so I think you got to take it for what it was. I don't really pay attention to that type of stuff because I'm not a casual fan. I don't need them to educate me. But for those that do, I think that they're like, okay, I could see the confusion there, right? With that, like they're really taking guys like they're looking at someone like A-Rod and Jeter, and they're looking at them as making an expert pick. I do respect A-Rod for saying he's picking him with his heart, not his mind. He did say, when you remember when he said that when they were doing predictions, and A-Rod was like, I'm saying this is my heart, not my mind. So he covered himself saying, I think the Dodgers are going to win, but I got to say Yankees.
Predictions on those shows is useless anyways. My thing is you have to explain what's going on and where where Smoltz screwed up because I love he went from explaining pitches and doing that, which was phenomenal, to trying to keep the Yankees in a series as an announcer. Yes, I understand that. I understand you're as an announcer. I've done it before on a smaller scale. You got to make sure the audience lives through the game and try to promote the game. I get that. But my problem was you're repeating the same stupid shit. Can you pick something else? Because you're running out of material here. Go back to your analysis. Forget about the Mets and this and that. And who the fuck gives a fuck about the Mets in the country anyways, other than New York? Right?
Yeah, Yankees, they care. Mets, they don't.
Yeah, I'm like, come on. I'm not. Look, I wasn't born yesterday. No one cares about the Mets except people in New York. Maybe Jerry Seinfeld. That's it.
A lot of people in New York don't care about the Mets.
Right. They're the Jets of New York.
They're the Jets, they're the Islanders, they're the Nets.
At least the Islanders were phenomenal in the 80s, though.
They were, but I'm talking about when you talk about market share.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, they're
and that's just how they're the offspring of the Giants and Dodgers when they left. That's why they're blue and orange. So
yep, that's exactly
And the reason why it's an irritant is Joe Davis, Gibby, meet Freddie.
Yeah, that was so great.
It's important to have those moments.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes that, and you look at, speaking of Vince Scully, he's doing the national telecast, and he goes, I don't believe what I just saw.
And then Joe Davis asked him, do you believe what you just saw? Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So Joe Davis, I know
his history.
Joe Davis doesn't like to ruffle feathers. He's not going to be like Al Michaels. I get it. But Joe Davis next year, if he does this again, he needs to tell the producers, hey, look, man, I know I'm really trying not to be a homer, but y'all got to let me do my thing.
Yeah. He did it last year too, right? He did do it last year.
I don't remember if it was.
Yeah. When did Joe Buck go to Monday Night Football? Because that's when Davis took over.
2 years ago.
Yeah, it's been a couple of years. Yeah. So
yeah,
NYC equals not your championship. Oh man. Oh, it hurts to do this. Oh man, you lads, we beat the Yankees. Yeah, and that's what it is, man. It's a special night, y'all. It's a special night, a special show. You guys are a special crowd. This is the first time my team won a championship, and I wasn't out in the street going absolutely dummy, getting home at 5 a.m. I kind of like this though. I kind of like this. Maybe I'm getting older, but getting to spend it with Pops, coming on and do this. This is my first stream we've done anything where we ever won anything. I wasn't streaming in 2020 when the Lakers or Dodgers won. Man, this is nice.
It is. I wasn't around for the 2020 Laker one for Lakers fast break. Unfortunately, I got in 2023 on a daily. I was there before.
Thank you, Aaron.
So yeah, it's nice. I was more excited about our show here than going out. I could have gone to my cousin's restaurant and had really good drinks and enjoyed the ambiance. But the older I get, the more I prefer to have drinks at the pad and my pool and my spa and my bar and my fridge and my barbecue and my backyard. It's I don't mind going out. I like going out. Don't get me wrong. Yeah.
Sometimes you're on space.
I built this freaking thing so that we can party here. I have everything a bar has.
Yeah.
And it's free. And it's free.
You don't got none of the annoying people.
Yeah, I always say I don't like people, but I love good people. And again, my cousin's restaurant's one of the best foods you can eat and drinks. When you get here with Pops, we're going there. And I'll show you.
I'm gonna bring Pops. You know what my saying is? Kind of like you said, I like people, but like good people. I always tell people you're an asshole, but you're my kind of asshole. I got like one of my boys. I'm like, bro, no one likes you, bro. But like you're sarcastic enough. I could wear but it's what it is, man. And it's definitely gonna bring Pops. You're gonna love Pops, man. Pops is a fool. And so I've been wanting to get out that way for a minute. My wife's been wanting to go out to obviously the wineries out there, and so she's always bugging me. So I'm like, we'll go out on a Sunday. My mom go somewhere, me, Pops we'll watch football or whatever. And we'll definitely make that happen, and it'll be fun, man, because it's just gonna be talking. Hearing I'm telling you, my dad, man, he is stressful to watch Dodger games with, man. He is stressful. But it's because he wanted this so bad too. Like, he's been a Dodger fan longer than I have, obviously, you know. So, and he's had his struggle with Dave, and he finally said, he looked at me and he's like, "You're right. You were right." We were right
this
changed year. This year. Yeah, no, but he was like, he no, right, as far as like he's changed.
He did change.
He changed, and
he earned it.
He still didn't want to believe it because he'd been, you know, like a lot of people, he felt he got burned too many times. So he was just like he's gonna do something. He gonna do something. Like, he thought leaving training in was a mistake. Like, but that's kind of his thing. Like, he kind of goes, kind of, I was talking about Big Baby, the reverse psychology thing. My dad is very, very. My mom and my dad are very. You know, baseball's a very superstitious sport. My mom and my dad are very baseball superstitious. Like, one time my mom went to the restroom, and like there was like 2 straight home runs. So like he'd make my mom go to the bathroom, like, and just stand in the bathroom. like it is crazy. And like Mom, where are you? I'm in the bathroom. Get out of the bathroom. No, we got 2 home runs. Like, what the? You make no difference. What are you doing? Like, yes, we do. I'm like, okay, whatever. It's yeah, but there's so many families, there's so many people that baseball is such a very superstitious sport. And I called one of my friends earlier during the game because he had texted me. So I called him real quick because I had too many texts. I couldn't get to everything. And he was like, and he texted me, I don't answer my call when we're losing. Whenever I answer my call when we're losing, we never come back. If I don't answer, we come back. I'm like, all right. I get, but so many people are baseball superstitious, and my family is too, right? So it's like it's crazy, man. He's asked this question a couple of times, so I just want to touch on him real quick about Joe Kelly. Do they bring him back? I know he wasn't on the roster for this portion. I don't know if he comes back. He said that pretty much when he signed here last year that he would probably just take 1-year deals with the Dodgers until he retires, and if he's done, he's done. But I guess we got to see, who's on the roster, right? But what do you think? Do you think Joe comes back?
So we've discussed about pitchers losing some of their stuff 1 year and then coming back the following year. Joe was good last year.
Yeah.
And hit the skids this year. Maybe Friedman and the crew look at him.
Oh, I see you answered in the chat, my phone.
Yeah. Maybe they look at him in January, February to see where he's at. And if he looks like he's trending to where he could be the 2023 Joe Kelly.
Yeah.
Maybe if he wants to sign 1-year deal, sure. But I don't think so. I think they're going to go after some younger, fresh meat
I think that we're going to cover this a lot, but mark my words, the Dodgers will be in on Tanner Scott. Now, I'm not going to guarantee you they get him.
I cannot wait.
Or will I? Let me get back.
Wait.
Yeah, let me get back to making my rounds with let me get back to having some beers and having somebody with some people that know their look. I'm not a newsbreaker. I'm not an insider. I will never, ever, ever, ever go that route or say that I am. But if you check my track record from last offseason with baseball, you'll see I'm not playing around. Go back and watch. I told you Ohtani was coming. I told you Yamamoto was coming and when. I told you Glasnow was coming and when. And I told you Teo was coming and when. It wasn't just a guess. I told you when. All right. So go back and watch that if you think I'm playing. I am hopeful that I will have that same access this winter. Hopeful. If I do, you guys will get it again, right? So having said that, I am not a newsbreaker. I am not an insider. I just start poking around, and if I see something I think makes sense, I reach out to my people. They confirm or deny, or I sometimes put them on game because of something I think is possible. They go do the digging and they get back to me because I'm the one that brought it to them. I told you that's the story about the Snell thing, right? I told you about that, like how I asked the guy every single time I saw him, and he would just nah, it's not happening, And then the one time I didn't ask him, he's like, "Oh, you're not gonna ask? I'm tired of asking. What are you talking about?" It actually was real at that point. This championship was so special to me and my whole family. Celebrate this special moment, priceless, building memories. That's what it's exactly what it's about. And like I said, this is the first championship ever I've got to see with my dad, man. And I that's worth more than anything to me, man. Anything. I've seen a lot with my mom. Shout out to my mom. Love you, Mom. Like I said, my pops was always on the road, man. Oh, nice. My pop saw 77, 78, 81. We both saw this tonight. That's what's up, man. That's what it's about to me, man. That's what it's about. All these messages, I'm going back and forth with Joe during the game. Like everything, like, bro, like we feel like we're in the game. You know what I mean? Like we feel like we're strategizing. Like it really does. Like we're that passionate about it, right? We're that passionate about it, man. And that's what makes it when they win so special. Because you know what I hate, Joe? You know what I really hate? What I really, really hate, this really grinds my gears. When someone's like, I hate when they say we, like you're part of the team. And I'm like, I hate when you say we, like you're like, like I am, all right? I am. And it's like, if y'all knew how much money I spend on this team this year, I'm not gonna, my wife is still away. If y'all knew how much money I spent on this team this year, all right, I am part of this damn team. All right. I contribute to them salaries. I'm happy to say that. You know what I mean? And it's not like a little like $40 ticket once a year. All right. I'm telling you, like this was a damn near timeshare, man. All right. All right. Like on this team. So I am we. All right. It doesn't mean that if you watch from home, you're not we. It doesn't mean if you leave another state and you root for the Dodgers that you're not we. I'm just saying I'm we. You know what I mean? Like
4 million people, folks.
Yes, we are we. We are we. They don't.
I don't say we. I don't say we. It's just it doesn't really come out that way.
Oh, I say we or us or let's. Like what I'm saying
care,
is like
but I don't
look.
It's nitpicking to the point where
Yeah.
you're boring me with your bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just go away. At that point, I'm just like, okay, go away. Just I don't want to talk to you. We're trying to watch a game here, okay? If you're gonna get worried about adverbs and nouns and adjectives and all this bullshit, just
trying to be special with it. I've also seen a lot of people ask about Teo. We're gonna have plenty of off-season coverage. We're gonna enjoy this tonight. But from everything that I've come to understand, that Teo and the Dodgers are pretty much on the same page. The Dodgers didn't extend Teo is because they wanted to see how he performed in the playoffs. He's known very heavy for striking out. They've had a bunch of guys that had fallen off come playoff time. He's not the youngest guy in the league, right? He's not old. He's not young. They're trying to figure out the market. They didn't want to make him an offer that he wasn't happy with going into a playoff. I don't believe the Dodgers are in on Soto. I don't think that's real. I don't think Joe does either. I don't want to speak for you, but I don't think you think that's real. I also don't think we need Soto. As crazy that sounds, it's not that he's not great. We need arms, right? We need depth in arms. We have bats. We need depth in arms. At some point, we're gonna have to talk about shortstop and second base, and eventually third with Muncy. But what I'm saying is we have enough at the plate right now. If we add to our arms, we may not lose a single playoff game, y'all. so Teo, I think if I had to put a number on it right now, I would say I am 90% sure Teo returns. If I had to put a number on it right now, and that might be conservative, like 90%. Bueller, I said this before the NLCS. I said that if Bueller had a great game in the NLCS, a great game in the World Series, that his price would go up. I didn't imagine him closing a game in the World Series, a closeout game. So if I had to guess right now, and I've done no digging on this, I would assume now that Flaherty's gone, and there's a pretty good chance Bueller comes back, is what I would guess. That's a guess. That's not an informed opinion. I've got to talk to my people. But what do you? So Teo, Flaherty, Bueller.
Well, Flaherty's gone.
I think he's gone.
Bueller was gone until tonight.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think Roberts and Friedman are going to sit down and go, dude, we got to have this guy at the end of the year. You can't replace that. You can't replace that heartbeat.
Yeah.
And that, again, are you not entertained? And now if his arm falls off, hey, it is what it is.
I don't think they give him a 7-year deal, 5-year deal. No. I think maybe 3-year.
But does somebody else?
No, not with two Tommy Johns.
I don't think so either.
And I think all things considered, 1 year, 10 mil. I think they believed in him. They kept him. He's not Boris, right? He's not Boris. Kopech is Boris. No, he's not Boris. I think so we're looking at it. You got Glass now, Yamamoto, Ohtani, Bueller. What arm does all four of those guys have, Joe? They're righties. What does his rotation need?
We need a Snell.
Yeah.
We need a Snell. We need the Dodger herder, Snell.
Yep.
If you get and that's another thing, man. Dude, they played Lindor. They played Soto. They played who else? I guess those are the two biggest ones in this run. And they only had 2 relief lefties, really.
Thank you, Theron. Thank you. We both appreciate you. Thank you so much.
I mean, come on, man. They not only were they tapped, but they had one side too.
Yeah, only had one side.
It's analytics got busted. I mean, it got the ground floor like it always does. But we've always had analytics, folks. It's just that it's advanced analytics. You know, analytics, you do know that home runs, RBIs, batting average is analytics, right? We've always had analytics. But it's the advanced stuff that sometimes screwed things up.
Yeah.
And they didn't do that.
They make you overthink.
They do. Overthinking is the worst thing you can do in your life. Trust me. I've been around people, smart people. I mean, straight A's, degrees up the yin yang, all that shit. Guys like me dust them every time because they're pussies. So it's just confidence and the steel will, man. This is what this thing had. This is what happened. And when you feed the shark, which is what they did here, man, they kept feeding the shark. Well, the shark came and bit your ass, and
this is what happens.
It is what it is, folks. You can't make mistakes.
Nope. And they say Max Fried. Max Fried did not have a good year. He got really roughed up by the Padres. I don't know what his market is going to look like. He's another righty. I will tell you this, and I look to have some intel on it. Look, without saying too much, I accidentally, this is by pure accidental, stumbled on a pretty, what's the word I'm looking for? A pretty favorable Japanese contact this past offseason. That's how the Yamamoto situation stuff I was breaking down. I can't say what, can't say who, can't say how. It was purely accidental. I mean, like it can't get more accidental the way this came to be. Roki is very much in play for the Dodgers. I again, I haven't talked to this person in months, but the last time I did, very much in play. Fried, I've heard, I haven't heard that the Dodgers are heavy on him. But this was months. I haven't, like I said, I haven't really checked in with my people in the last couple of months because there was no room for transactions. Once the trade deadline was done, we just talk about the games going on. I haven't talked about movement. I'll pick up. I started talking to them through the World Series. So I'll have some talks with them. GM meetings start next Tuesday already. So I'll be having conversations. Fried, I didn't hear too much about, but Roki is a definite possibility. And the Dodgers have the direct pipeline to Japan now. The direct, but with Ohtani, Yamamoto, they just won the World Series. I believe that the Dodgers are going to get to a point where they may have pitchers go every 7 days, like Joe has talked about. I think that's a real thing. And I think they want 7 quality starters or 5 quality starters and piggyback guys. And if you've watched the show before, piggyback is a starter, 2 4-inning pitchers for a game, and then a closer to try to solve this arm situation. And Joe spoke about saying how he thinks that they already know they're going to figure that out. They've already figured out what they did wrong, and they're smart enough to figure out what to do next. And the answer to that is a guy pitching once a week. I think is, if you're going to have a guy pitching with that much velocity and that much spin, and you want them to finish the season, That's the way it's going to go. And that's why I don't think any of these bats the Dodgers are going to heavily go after. I think they're going to really, really add arms to this team. Last year, 2023, no arms. This year, 2.5 arms, won a World Series. If we had 4 arms, no one touches us. If we have 6, Joe, it's like forget about it, right? It's over.
Well, even May and Gosselin, they're all going to come back. They're all righties again.
Yeah.
Snell's going to be looking for the $200 million payout, right?
No. Snell missed that chance. He's
still not delusional about that. You sure?
That there's no deal there for that.
Okay. Well, then you got to go get him.
Yeah. Well, they almost did, and like I said, and they even when have you heard the Dodgers to call the Giants about a trade? They tried to trade for him, right? The Dodgers just came to the party late. That's the problem. They didn't have mutual interest in each other. Then there was the Glasnow situation, which I understand he was interested in reuniting with. And Glasnow did a lot of recruiting. And by the time the parties became open to it, once a deal reaches its course with another team, agents, relationships, this and that deal has to fall apart for you to have a chance. And let's just say that the Dodgers, I've talked about this before, the Dodgers almost had 3 guys. Not all of them, but there was 3 guys the Dodgers came really close to getting, and they got none of them. So I want to be clear about that. The Dodgers were very close to bringing Bellinger back. That he was in the clubhouse at Camelback Ranch. Like the night he actually agreed to the deal with the Cubs got word that he was with the Dodgers, hanging with the Dodgers, and leaning that way. The Dodgers were about to send Outman and some other guys to either Miami or Cleveland to get either Tanner Scott or Class A. They were going to sign Bellinger. That was getting. This came out like 3 months after I told you guys this. All right, that got close, but the Dodgers were not going to go to a 3rd year. So when Chicago came in with a 3rd year at his option, so he has basically a 3-year, $90 million deal, 2nd year and 3rd year option. The Dodgers weren't going to go there, so that took that out. Same thing with Hader. The Dodgers were going to go on a 2-3 year deal. He was very interested in coming, got close. Houston came in late, got him almost, near 100. Snell, the Giants wanted the 2nd year to be at their option, not his, and that almost killed the deal. When the Giants found out that the Dodgers were going to give him a 1+1 at his option, the Giants matched it. He kept the terms of that deal. If the Giants would have never heard about the Dodger deal or balked at it, he'd be a Dodger. That's how close that came to getting. And then when they were out of the race, basically, and knew he was going to opt out, the Dodgers called him and said, "What do you want?" And Farhan's like, "I'm not going to trade to you. I'll get fired." He got fired anyways. But it was the Dodgers went from having zero interest in him having zero interest in the Dodgers, to the two of them really trying to make something happen. Now, we'll see if that continues to translate in the offseason. I'll do some digging on that. But it came closer to happening than people think. All 3 of those guys came close to happening. And the funny thing is, Joe, I don't know if where we ended up now, if I even wanted that to happen, any of them, because of every. So last year, Lakers draft Jaime Jaquez, Whitmore, they pass on, right? They take JH. I'm just making a comparison. I'm not going to go basketball here. The consensus is the Lakers botched that. This year, the Lakers almost had no choice but to take Connect. There's no way you could pass on him because of what happened last year. He fell in our lap, lottery talent. It essentially made the pick for them. It made it easier. Took the stress out of the job. My only worry with Dave, and I'm a Dave guy, is maybe what brought this out of him is because he had to manage on the margins because he had no other choice. Maybe if he has more options, things change. Maybe he overthinks it. And so what I want to see, we've seen him overcome obstacles where we've seen him underperform when he had multiple options. So now we got to see him, if he does have an embarrassment of more riches next year, balancing that is going to be the next chapter in his I figured this out book. So my thing is, if you have a Bellinger, does Bellinger revert back to can't hit belly in the playoff in LA, right? Right. Does does Blake Snell get burned out? Does his arm go away? Right. Does same with that's what I'm saying. We don't know what happens if those moves go down. We know we won with what we had. And so it's gonna be very interesting, Joe, to see what happens next year. Very interesting.
Do you think Wrobleski improves next year?
I've seen some things in him. I think I saw things that I liked in him and Kasperius. Like I think both of them. I've seen things. I just didn't think they were ready yet. But yeah, I could see him. Here's the thing. Like, this is gonna sound crazy, but even what we saw from Landon Knack yesterday, and what we saw during the regular season, it just ideally he's not ready for what we threw him into. But you got to kind of admire how he bounced back from that Mets game to what he did yesterday.
Well, he saved the high-end pitchers.
Yeah. And so I don't think he's ever going to be like, at best, he's a fifth starter somewhere, right? But what I'm saying, the Dodgers have a way, the diamond in the rough stuff, Joe. The Dodgers have a way of that. So Wrobleski, yeah. And Kasperius. Kasperius, I think he has something. I don't know if it'll be here. Like I said, I think the Dodgers will be open for business on multiple fronts to add arms, whether it be via trade, free agency. But Wrobleski, Kasperius in the Mets series, I was like, there's something there. I think the lights were a little too bright for him in the World Series yesterday. That was a lot to put on him.
He still did well.
He did well.
But
yeah, I think that was a lot to ask. He did his job. Knack last night did his job, and everyone today did their job. Oh my God, man!
I'd like to see if they can get two lefties this offseason, or bring up maybe Rushing. I think he's coming up, isn't he?
Dalton is going to be, if everything I'm hearing, talking to guys that cover down there, that guy, they're surprised he didn't come up this year. It was like they thought he was going to be this year's Vargas, coming up late and having him around the team to experience. They really thought. They say the word on him is that his impact on winning, his attitude, personality. When you talk about Dodger prospects, Gavin Lux was a big time prospect. Pages, because he was out all last year when he blew out his shoulder, but the second he got back, it was like, okay, we got to bring him up, right? Rushing maybe to that point where he's hyped bigger than both. That means nothing till he shows it, right? But yeah, Rushing has a chance to. They've been putting him in the outfield though, a lot, because they're trying to figure out where he's going to play. So if you got, you still got. I don't know what the Dodgers' long-term solution at center field is. Like, what do they do that? I don't think Pages is an everyday center fielder. I think he's a corner outfielder. But you got Mookie, you got Teo. Mookie cannot play short. I don't hate Mookie at second. But I just kind of love him in right field, though.
No, again, guys, him in right field.
Yeah, I love him in right field.
You saw the difference, man. That catch.
I guess what I'm saying is, I guess what I'm saying is, I don't mind Mookie at second when they're taking, like, if Lux if they don't want him facing lefties, that you have one game.
It spurts. Yeah,
is what I'm saying. I want to clarify, but to me, I want Mookie in right until he's probably like 35, probably, and then maybe you think about, okay, is the arm strong enough? Is the range strong enough? But outside of that, so Dalton is a corner outfielder. Well, they're trying to move him, and it's not his natural position. So we'll see. But he has the hype of being like that next dude. Bueller was Rivera out of the pen. God, I'm so proud. I think I'm more happy for Walker than proud of him.
Oh man, that ninth inning was absolute mastery.
God, nails.
I mean, you saw him in the bullpen. You could see it. You could just see it.
Yeah. He was warm. It felt like he was warming up forever, right?
He was, because they
Yeah.
took a while in the top of the ninth. I thought they were going to get at least a run there, by the way.
Wait, why did I say Fried was a righty? Why am I tripping? I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Hey, man.
No. The chat. I sorry, guys.
You're Dodger drunk, and you deserve it. It's been a long time here. And I knew this was going to happen. I knew we were going to start talking about next year because we're greedy, and it's just what it is. I am going to eat this up every day. I'm going to be eating information. We're going to be going to the Rancho Cucamonga games. We're going to be watching opening day. We are going to be talking before spring training with the pitchers. We are going to be Dodger crazies in for the next 6 months. And I can't wait already for the 2025 season. I'm going to enjoy it. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to enjoy this.
Yeah.
I can't wait because I want to see the solution. And there will be a solution next year. When the Dodgers go into the next playoff and they have 4 or 5 pitchers, good luck.
Yeah. Yep.
I have no concerns. All the stock is fun stuff, but I have no issues with how Friedman ends up doing this.
He's got a blank check.
He's earned it, and I'm gonna sit back, enjoy what they do, whatever it is that they do, and I know that this team is going to make a run here.
Yeah,
they're going to make a run for the next 5 to 6 years.
Is May coming back next year? He is next year, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if that guy can stay healthy, but I think he's scheduled to come back next year.
He is scheduled to come back next year. So is the Catman. Catman, I think, has a better chance of probably having a longer career. He doesn't have as much, I guess, gas in his throws. But can he learn like Buehler did? Can he use his 3rd and 4th and 5th pitches instead of just pure power? And is Major League Baseball going to change some things? I'm kind of curious to see.
They're going to have to. I don't know if it's in time for next season. And real quick, Craig makes a great point too. Rushing could also be that backup catcher to Will that could really help him out. He could play. He's a catcher by nature, but catcher.
Oh, we forgot about Ohtani. Dude, I forgot about Ohtani. He's going to pitch too.
And he's a good-ass pitcher, man.
Dude, I didn't even think about Ohtani. Holy shit. I think you got Ohtani for 2 more years pitching.
That's it? Really?
I think you got 2 more years. He's got to stay. He's got to win a couple more rings with it, and then peace out, dude. Just focus on hitting.
Franco, thank you, brother. Thank you.
3 and then retire from pitching.
Yeah. It was. I mean, I think he may have even kind of surprised himself with the year he had at the plate, and he may just realize that that's the move, right? Like that just makes the sense. It could probably can extend his career. Joe, it is very rare that someone signs a $700 million deal and someone says he what's that word? Overperformed his value or exceeded his value. My God, man. He was everything we needed this year. Everything. Carried us through.
Everything.
Mookie getting hurt, goes on that stretch. That game he gave us against Miami, best single individual performance in a baseball game I've ever seen. And he gutted it out every single game while hurt. And I know that there were some people saying, "Oh, he's overrated." They said that about Mookie. They said that about Freddie. They said about everyone. But he look. I got this to tell you. If for anybody, I was at this game. Anybody who wants to utter anything negative about Shohei Ohtani, without that 3-run home run in game 1 against the Padres, we get swept. That alone. When you talk about WAR, wins above replacements, and how many wins someone adds to your roster, someone like Shohei Ohtani is going to add 50 wins to your team. You're already a winning team. He's going to give you a moment that's going to win you a playoff series. He's going to give you a moment that's going to win you a series in a regular season. He's going to go on a tear and a run that's going to win you a month in the season, right, and carry you and be ballistic. Baseball don't work like that. We do not. That 3-run home run he hit was just as important as that bullpen game we had. We don't win game 1 without Ohtani, which means we get swept.
Ohtani got the all-important tie in game 1 that set things up. This is a team game again, folks. This is baseball. It's a team game. Ohtani had a fingerprint in every single game he played, despite his inability to hit. It was the stress. It was the thought of the decoy. He was a decoy. That happens sometimes. And if you don't want to accept that, if you're just nitpicking to find things, and the fact that I'm even addressing this is bothering me.
Yeah.
When someone talks stupid,
yeah.
Especially, and unfortunately, most people don't talk stupid in my face. Very few people do. Usually they're bigger guys, believe it or not. I know it's hard to find 6'3", 280-pound guys, but once in a while I'll talk to a guy that's a little taller than me. And if you say something stupid, I'm going to probably in a nice way say, well, that's not true.
Right. And
they'll get pissed off and they'll start yapping maybe. It's very rare, but I'm just saying that people don't like to be called out for being fucking stupid. I'm sorry, but you don't know shit. What do you want to say? Oh, well, you're wrong and you should go read a book? You want to say it like that? No, you're wrong. You're wrong. That's not what happened. That's not what happened. Okay? You don't know shit. And guess what? If I'm sitting next to someone who's an physicist, guess what? You know what I'm going to be doing the whole time? This.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'll be doing. So this is not a personal thing. This is about, if you don't know what the hell you're saying, again, I got to bring up my cousins. I love them to death. But my God, guys, stop talking. Seriously, stop. You start analyzing, and automatically the only words I see in analyzing is the first 4 letters, and that's what you sound like to me. Yeah. You don't know shit about what we know. You're not invested in it. You're not watching it day in, day out. You don't know. Do you even know what a cutter is? Do you even know what a sweeper is? Do you even know how to identify a curve?
Different levels of curve.
Okay, there's 100 different ways. Sometimes I don't even know. Was that a slider? What was that?
Sometimes because they're hybrid pitches now.
Yeah, there's no. Look, the last 5 years. Sometimes I don't know. I just give up. Sometimes I don't know.
A knuckle curve.
When they said knuckle curve, I'm like, I don't know. I mean, I guess I know it goes like this.
Yeah. But what I guess like what you're saying is like, how do you explain a Blake Trinan slider?
Video game. That's the one thing that always hit on. It's a freaking video game. I don't know how you throw that pitch as a human being,
or even throw it as a strike. Like,
how does it go? How does it look here?
Looks like a ball the whole time. It looks like a ball the whole time.
You have no chance.
Yeah, it's none. If he's locating, no chance. None. Franco says, can you guys talk about the rotation next year? So the rotation next year, fundamentally, it's going to be Glasnow, Ohtani, in no particular order. Glasnow, Ohtani, Yamamoto. I think Buehler at this point. I think that's the 4. You'll have a combination of other guys. Catman, like I said, maybe he does some piggyback. He's coming off surgery. I think Gavin Stone is out all next year. River Ryan is out all next year. Sheehan comes back. I don't know if they have him penciled as a starter. Miller has been a head case. I don't know what his future holds. This is why I think they're going to add guys to this roster. I don't think Flaherty comes back unless he's willing to do a short-term, not mega money deal. I don't think that's going to happen. Now, he does want to be here. He does want to be a Dodger. I don't know if I want him back at this point. Well, that's kind of harsh. But I was really, I'm talking out of my, I was really frustrated with him today, and I should probably take that back. As far as wanting him back, because we don't get where we are without him. We don't finish with the best record in the league without him. He did win us game 1 in the series. He won us game 1 last series. We just cannot use him in a closeout game. Maybe that's the team's fault. Because he wet the bed so bad today. But if he's willing to take, he took a 1-year deal this year when he didn't perform at Baltimore last year, Joe. I feel like he was better this year than he was in Baltimore. He was good in Detroit. He was good when he got here. He had more bad playoff games than good playoff games. I think that cost him some money. So maybe he does come back because of the cost. But if I'm the Dodgers, you can't let Buehler leave now. I don't give him long term. Jeter said something. I feel like Jeter didn't say a lot of smart stuff throughout this whole World Series coverage. But one thing he did say was smart was that Buehler's finally becoming a pitcher. Whereas he's not just going to reach back and give you 98, the velocity and below pass. He's not going to go full Vanderbilt on you. Not Vando, but the college that produces these arms. We may look where Buehler can have a 5-year run of being a pitcher and just not a velocity guy, a guy with a pitch mix. And you don't want to face that if he goes somewhere else, if he becomes that. That's why you can't go long term, but I think you give him a 3-year deal, 3rd-year team option, and go from there. I think he earned that with this performance this postseason. I think he has. And even that San Diego game was not his fault. Like, even the one he got touched up wasn't his fault.
Well, you're gonna get touched up sometimes.
But don't talk about the errors. Like what happened to him today.
Yeah.
Oh, no, sorry. What happened to him in San Diego was what happened to Boone today. Not Boone. Damn it. Cole. What happened to Buehler in Game 3 of San Diego is what happened to Cole today. Same exact thing.
It's when he was busting the dugout, dude. You want those guys on your team. That's how much he cares. That's how much he's about it. And you can't replace undefeated in the World Series.
No. Undefeated.
He closed. He closed.
Yeah.
Okay. He won a game in Yankee Stadium.
Yeah. 3 straight guys. He mowed them down.
He closed the World Series.
Yeah.
In New York. The one game we won in 2018, he was the guy. He was the guy that won again in the 2020 World Series. Look, you can't get those guys just walking through. You know how great they are. You look at Kershaw, the best pitcher of his generation, and you still have to pick Walker above him. Those guys rarely exist, and he's about it. If that guy is really going to start pitching like, he's not going to pitch like Greg Maddux, but what I'm saying is he's going to start being that guy in terms of longevity.
Painting and longevity. Yeah.
Yes. I want
he can go further in his career pitching like this than he would. That's what led to 2 Tommy Johns, right?
Yeah.
So Franco, so May, we talked about it. I saw someone in the chat also talk about May's mechanical issues are really leading to his injuries. I don't know if his body's going to hold up. I just don't know. But that happened with Buehler too. Look, I don't think enough people are also talking about that how dominant Trinan was in 2020. Then he basically missed 2 years, and then he got hurt. He broke his rib right in before in a spring training game, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he missed months this year. The Dodgers, when they believe in a guy, they will hold them on for years. Right. May was a guy they had really high promise. He was a guy they were really high on. He just could not stay healthy. And this may be his last chance. So, Franco, I don't have the answer about May. I'm not sure the Dodgers do. I'm not sure May does. We're going to have to see what he has. I don't know at this point if he'll be a starter. It may be best to put him in a pen. We'll have to wait and see on that. But I don't really know yet what he's going to be because he's been very fragile.
Whatever happens, guys like Blake Triton, guys like Walker Buehler, forever are legends of the Dodgers run here. They
Yeah.
don't. They absolutely helped them win the title, and I'm very happy. And Blake Triton is such a good dude, and you know, you just love these guys. A lot of these guys are just really good dudes. And Walker's a beast, man. He's a mean, nasty beast. I love mean, especially pitchers. He's got that Roger Clemens mean, right?
Yeah.
There's
some about dudes from Kentucky, man.
Look, man,
there's some about dudes from
they're
Kentucky.
moonshine runners over there. I don't know what the hell they're doing over there, but they
like the only kind of like lackadaisical, kind of soft, laid back dude from Kentucky that I've ever seen her come across is D'Lo. The Rondos, the Van, but I'm just really painting a picture. He's from there, right? It doesn't make sense. But anyone that I've ever met from Kentucky is no joke, bro. It's no joke. Like Will Smith is from Kentucky. And I know like a lot of people don't want to. I understand he had problems with the bat, but his work behind the plate was that's unsung. Unsung. And I can't remember a time, Joe, where I seen a catcher carry this much weight through an entire season. He legitimately has. He has, and that's just during games. I'm sorry, for the not even during games. Like it's just he's from Louisville, but the Kentucky guys they're built different, man. Hey, we love you too, Franco. Thank you so much, and not just for the super chats, your other chats too, being here, subscribing. Thank you so much. We hope to see you again. Super chats are greatly appreciated, but I appreciate your time more. So thank you for being here. Greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate you, man. You could be anywhere and you're here with us. We appreciate y'all. Holy man, it's 1 a.m. I've got to be up in like 4.5 hours, but it's all good.
I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
The second we get off this, I'm going and I'm watching that. I'm watching the game again.
I'm gonna lay down. My wife watching the game.
I'm gonna forward and watch it. I am so ecstatic right now. I'm so freaking happy with them finishing it off here tonight. I did not want, dude. I have shit to do on Friday, man. I'm so happy I don't have to deal with it.
Yeah.
And it's just nice.
I get to enjoy this whole weekend. I'm gonna try to go to this parade on Friday, and if I go to this parade, I'm gonna live stream it, guys. I wish it was Monday. A lot more flexible on Monday. I'm gonna have to move some things around on Friday. I think I can pull it off though. Wow, just Joe, this is wow. I'm not a guy that's lost for words, but this one is like from being able to watch it with my dad, being able to spend it with some of my friends, and then come on here with you guys, and be able to do this. This is my first live stream for a championship. Didn't really know how you're supposed to do that. You know what I mean? I just press record and go. I showed up. I bottle my hand out of the bottles before this, and it's just it's like everything in life, no matter what you're going through, just feels better right now. And let me tell you, this isn't a feels better right now thing. This is a feels better for months thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is going to be this is a very prideful moment. I know a lot of you guys, again, I always say this, a lot of you guys found me through basketball. There was many a times I was going to go baseball first on this channel. Baseball was my first love. I love baseball so much, and I hope you guys hear that when I talk about it. I love the NBA. I love the Lakers. I love basketball very, very deeply. Very, very, very deeply. Baseball was my first love. NBA at some point overtook that. I feel like this year baseball got my heart back. You know what I mean? Like it took me back a little bit to the point where I have not even been able to cover basketball because I'm so locked in on this. I'm so locked in. So I'm kind of probably a little disappointed in my basketball content right now because I'm not up to date as I should be. But it won't take me long. It won't take me long. I promise you guys. But I'll be back. I'll be back mopping the floor with people very soon. All right, just give me about 72 hours. I'll be locked, loaded, knowing every salary cap situation under the sun, shooting down every false trade proposal. I got you guys. But right now, like, baseball is a sport that if you don't give it your undivided attention, you will miss something. And I wasn't missing nothing during this run. I just wasn't.
Well, we can be appreciative of the Lakers situation, regardless of how they're going to likely be struggling this year.
Yeah.
They've given me 6 NBA championships in the last 24 years. I mean, what else can you do? My frustration with the management is, and my vitriol towards them is because they're not capable of running this thing, and yet they're not doing anything about it, and yet they keep doing things that are irrelevant. Today, the fact that the crowd was celebrating an irrelevant basket by an irrelevant player whom the Lakers paid so much attention to when they needed talent infusion, and you keep hearing the same stupid, again, all I hear is stupid stuff 90% of the time when it comes to this stuff. Folks, you have very little opportunity to collect talent at this point, yet you wasted it so that you can have some kind of event that does not help you win games. And that's your fault, and you deserve every lethal and malice discussion towards you, because that's a joke. You're charging these people 200, 400, 800, 10,000, 15,000 for these seats. And they're stupid too for paying that, so that we can go watch some kid who doesn't even belong in the NCAA playing on a pro basketball team. And on top of that, the LA Lakers, because his dad's on the team. What the hell is this? I thought this shit happened in Pop Warner, not in freaking basketball.
After tonight's game, he's going down. I will say this.
He needs to go.
No, I hear. I think that's fair, but I call me crazy, and you're probably going to disagree with me on this. I think he's going to infuse their G League attention, and they're going to generate revenue off of that. I think that's the main reason they did it. I think obviously they kept him on here to get the Cleveland trip. You got the first game with Braun, the Cleveland one today. Look, you're a father, so I know you. I know that you can understand. I don't blame LeBron for wanting it to happen. I don't think you do either. The Lakers doing it is kind of a thing of doing it for him. Doesn't help this basketball team at all. Them getting him at 55, I don't necessarily mind. And I don't want to go too deep in this, but them getting him at 55, I don't really mind. Giving him a 4-year deal, I thought was just, I didn't think that was wise.
Look, Jeff, and I'll leave it at this. You enable something like this, it always gets worse.
Yeah, no, I get you.
Okay?
I get you. That's fair.
I have to explain this to people around my circles, and people don't want to fucking listen.
Yeah, no.
I tell everybody the same thing. It doesn't matter if it's basketball.
Appreciate
baseball.
You. Thank you.
When you enable stupid things, you start a trend, and then all of a sudden it's going to get bigger later. Because what happens is complacency,
thank you, sir,
or laziness breeds entitlement.
Yeah.
This is an entitled move, and you can't make an excuse anymore. Excuses aren't going to work. Well, Thanasis in Milwaukee is there for his brother. I'm like, what the hell does that have to do with the Lakers? Oh, nepotism is in all businesses. I'm like, this is about performance. This isn't hiring some lackey in an office. Anyone can hire someone in an office. This is pro basketball. You have to be able to play. And Thanasis is 6'7". If Bronny was 6'7", he'd have a shot.
He does look so small out there.
He's 5'11" and a half.
Yeah, when I see him on the court, he looks
that
like
guy's not even 6 feet tall.
He looks like a figurine. But
come on,
no, I get you. But we're not even Joe Soros not going to let Bronny James situation destroy his Dodger drunkenness tonight, man. At the Dodger fun, man. So, Joe, this was fun. Thank you for coming on, and thanks for sharing. You know what's best? So I ordered. So when I need another hat, right? I ordered I felt like this World Series patch was one of the best ones I've seen in a while. I really liked the World Series patch this year, so I ordered my hat with the patch, and it got lost in transit. and then it was sold out everywhere. And I was like, son of a, in my size, I can't find it. I'm like,
But he stole your shit, man.
yeah. So like the two things I lost. So I have like, I've got multiple, on the stream, you can always tell, but I've worn something similar to this 3 times. They weren't the same hoodie. But I ordered the World Series hoodie, the ones I'm wearing during the game. I ordered the World Series hoodie and the World Series hat with the patch, got lost in transit. They were able to replace the hoodie, but not the hat. But last night I found a place that had my hat in the size, so I was able to get it. So I'm super excited about that. I didn't get to wear it during the World Series, but I'm hoping to be able to wear it to the parade or wear it all damn off season when we're talking. I got the 2020 patch one. I got the I have the hat and I don't wear it. The 2017 one is still up in my closet with the 2017 World Series patch. I can't bring myself to wear it. The 2018, I knew we weren't winning. I just knew that going in. I didn't get that one. I probably should though. I want to celebrate the run. 2020 I have, and then now 2024 I was pissed because I had all of them but 18. And matter of fact, I need to go back and get that just to show appreciation to the run. But I'm excited I was able to find that in my hat because I couldn't find it nowhere. I got my hoodie, and so I found that last night. And then the Dodgers, we win today, and man, this has just been a night. I'm buzzed, I'm tired, I'm excited, I'm thrilled, and I feel like it feels like we played, Joe. Like there's a level of exhaustion here, like, but the adrenaline just has me going.
This one took a lot out of me.
Yeah,
my chest. I had to stop watching for a few of the innings or a few of the at bats. My chest was just pounding. I mean, it was. I turned it to one of my favorite movies. The Devil Wears Prada was on Cinemax.
It's a good movie.
I watched, and I'm sitting there watching. Of course, I'm looking at my phone, kind of seeing the pitches, just because I needed some kind of a release for at least, I'd say, for the 4 hours that the game was on, almost 4 hours. I didn't watch it for about 15 minutes because I was just dying. And it helped. It helped kind of just get off from. And then I was like, oh, man, they only got one run in that one. When Stanton got the sac fly and got Soto in, and it was only one run, I felt very confident after that.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
That was me game 4, Padres. I had to get in a car. Like I did a Jerry West. Like I'm that series. I'm gonna do a whole show about like my wife could tell you I was unbearable during that series. Like I'm kind of disappointed in myself because that's not me. Man, this was.
You're right, Craig. You're right. That I know Mookie was on that and Joe was on there as well. Yeah. But that Joey Cora, I'm not, the hell with all those guys.
It's kind of, but Mookie wasn't even the MVP of that series. There's a dude that was never heard of since, like after that, right? But Mookie's paid his dues here. Mookie's now a 3-time champion. He can be on a team that's accused of 1, but he's been on 2 that wasn't. And Mookie Betts, man, I remember this to this day. I was sitting at a restaurant with my parents in 2019. And it's just shortly after we lost in 2019. And my mom's favorite player was Bellinger. She just loved Belly. And I remember sitting there and I was like, we're never going to win a World Series with Bellinger as our best player. We need a guy like Mookie Betts. And then the rumors started happening about him potentially being available. I'm like, the Dodgers, this is the guy. I'm like, this is the guy that Friedman has been waiting for. This is that guy. When they got Mookie, to me, when they got Mookie, it was like Lakers getting LeBron, Lakers getting Shaq. Like it was that big of a deal to me. The Shohei blows past everything. Every free agent signing this city has ever had, Shohei blows past everything. I believe that 100%. But Mookie at the time was like getting one of those guys. I knew it. Him being around is winning. He's just a winner. And when they got Mookie, he was my favorite player, and I could have finally admit it at the time. And even in this series, Joe, like you got to understand, I have watched a lot of Yankees baseball in my life. I have rooted for the Yankees a lot in my life, but it's never was gonna happen in this series. That journey, the battle within myself at kind of seeing the crowd and the stands and that stadium and the energy and taking me back to 2009 with Jay-Z and Alicia Keys were performing. I was rocking for the Yankees in that World Series, you know, and it was, I've told my story. I'm very multi-coastal. I'm a hot mess. I'm a big melting pot. But the Dodgers are my heart. The Yankees were something that was entertainment, you know. I told anyone that would listen that I like both, that I rock with both teams. But if it ever was Dodgers or Yankees, the Yankees could go F themselves and it would be Dodgers. And everyone's like, yeah. Then when it came to it, they're like, oh, you weren't kidding. And I was like, yeah, you don't see me doing all these Yankee streams. You don't see me. I'm a Dodger guy. But I watched a lot of Yankee games. I watched a lot of Knicks games. It's just I'm drawn to the city. I just am. I can't escape it. I don't watch Mets games. I don't watch Mets games. I do because I got the package. Like I'll check in, but like I'm not like those other two. I feel a vibe and a connection to that city because of my culture attached to it. It's in my blood, you know. So there was part of it. My grandpa went to those games. Like my grandpa was at the Garden. My grandpa was at. It's weird. Like I'm a very trying to feel and find any attachment I can to those I've lost as possible, and that's why I do it mainly. My grandpa wasn't even a big Yankee guy, but it was just I just love the city, man. So to be able to win in New York, beating both New York teams, winning in New York the World Series, that's what you wanted, Joe. You asked for that. You wanted that, and I didn't care where. I kept telling you I don't care. But in hindsight, I think I was wrong. I think I
cared. I cared. It was the same in 2010 with the Celtics.
Yeah, I see the reasoning now. Like I see it.
Celtics were not supposed to make the finals in 2010. They were a 4 seed, and I didn't care. I wanted those guys. I knew that the Lakers were going to get there. It was going to be a little rough, but I knew they'd get there eventually. And I go, they gotta play the Celtics. They gotta get revenge for 2008. And everyone thought I was nuts. Everyone's like, Joe, why are you cheering for the Celtics? I go, I want to whoop their ass. This year, I wanted SoCal taken care of first. They did. And then I knew the Mets. I just felt the Mets were going to beat Philly because Philly's good like that. They do those kind of things. It's just I don't trust the Phillies. I never do.
No, nor do I.
They whooped them, and I want a little bit revenge too from 2015 when the Dodgers lost at home against them. Whooped their ass, and then of course I didn't give. Come on, Dodgers, Cleveland, Guardians.
Yeah, who wants that? Yeah,
Detroit Tigers. Come on, no one gives a shit about the Tigers. No one gives a shit about the Cat. See, I was going to call them the Cavs, the Guardians. Look, I wanted the Yankees. I wanted Soto. I wanted Judge. I wanted Cole. And I said, this team is better than this team. And I gotta see a Yankee Dodger World Series and a Dodger win in my lifetime as a coherent adult. And not only did we get it, we saw the front and back end of the most exciting games I've ever seen in baseball. Man, what a freaking way to end it, man. God bless everybody.
Yeah. Speaking of ending and ending on that note, I need to get some sleep. And it's gonna be hard to sleep.
Oh, I'm not sleeping. I'll probably be in bed by 3, but I'm gonna go watch some of the game here. And then thanks, Jeff, for taking me on this ride. And I'm looking forward to building this roller coaster much longer, much faster. And everyone here, by the way, everybody here, guys, your comments and your compliments, God, I love you all. You guys are all my people, man. And I can't wait to continue to bring everybody in on this. And again, for good Laker content, you want to go on the Lakers Fast Break on YouTube.
Yep, definitely.
We'll anything you need, please come on over. I'll give you all my social media stuff on the next show, and then we'll keep riding this, man. I cannot wait to keep getting discussions going on this. I'm just ecstatic right now.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm definitely excited. And I'm gonna ride this. This is gonna be all. I'm gonna go super celebrate this weekend. Like it's gonna be nuts. Like super celebrate. So appreciate you, Joe. Thank you.
Take care, guys. Have a good night, everyone.
Thank you, chat. Make sure to subscribe. Lakers Fast Break, Joe. We'll be talking tomorrow, Joe, for sure. Appreciate you, brother.
Take care, man.
All right, guys. On that note, Man, I am tired. I'm tired. It's been a long day. Beautiful day. Beautiful day. Yeah. This was special. This was special. I'm gonna enjoy this for a long time. Appreciate you guys, man. Thank you guys for tuning in. You guys could be anywhere in the world, but you were here with us. I appreciate that. Job finished. You right, Hepatitis. See you later. You right. I'm tired. You saw me polish off this bottle right here in front of y'all, man. Spent. Gotta take a little 4-hour nap and go about my business tomorrow. So appreciate y'all, man. Love y'all. Go Dodgers, man. They got it done. I'm so proud of this team. Man. This was special. Got to see a World Series with my pops, man. My mom, my pops, my wife. Can't buy that, man. Can't buy that. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Y'all enjoy the rest of your night, early mornings, for you on the East Coast. I will catch you guys probably sometime tomorrow. Don't know exactly what time. Man, this is so special. Man, love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Stay safe. Catch you tomorrow. Los Angeles Dodgers are the 2024 MLB champions. One more time. Y'all have a good one. Catch you tomorrow.